Live video starting in 3, 2, 1. Should I jump like Matt?
No. I don't think you could jump like Matt because you have like...
Matt probably can't, no.
You don't have the belly. It makes him bounce. What's up? Okay, we are official. Let's go.
Sharing it. Boom. Sharing.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Marital Hate.
I'm Stacey.
I'm Doug. This is Marital Hate.
We're married. We don't hate each other.
Sometimes.
Like,
sometimes.
I'm sorry to be all gross with like a candy in my mouth, but it tastes like chicken. Chicken was really good. I just don't want to have like a chicken taste.
A chicken taste? Because the people
Chicken
can taste the
chicken mouth. I don't want to sit here and have chicken mouth.
What is that hoof and mouth disease you get, like babies get or something? Like you have chicken
Hand,
mouth
foot, and
disease.
mouth?
Yeah, you get chicken foot and mouth disease.
I don't have any chicken feet.
No.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to apologize. The birds are going ape shit tonight.
It adds to a nice fluttery environment.
A fluttery environment.
Yeah.
There's very few bird wing prints.
There are no wing prints. I don't even. Well, we have a friend who says that birds are not real. They're just little robots for the government. Trying to censor us.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Speaking of our
Speaking
little
of
podcast.
whom?
So if you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here,
Welcome back.
welcome back. We have, I want to just shout out to this one person real quick because they have plans tonight.
Oh,
And I got the nicest email today
we like nice emails.
from my new friend, Uriel Bork. And the reason I'm telling you this person's first and last name is because I want you to look them up on Spotify or YouTube. He's in both places. It's Uriel, U-R-I-E-L, Bork, B-O-U-R-Q-U-E. Oh my God. First of all, super nice. Sent me the nicest email. Second of all, he does this really cool music that's different than anything you've heard.
There's something cool about listening to music in another language because then you focus on just like the atmosphere that it creates, and it's really good, and but it's so different that it takes you a minute to like, okay, well, this isn't regular music, so but yeah, it's fantastic, and welcome aboard. Thank you for the nice note. And what else did you want to say about Uriel?
Oh, this is just Doug and Stacey. I just wanted you to know because I thought you might like to hear that I really enjoy your podcast or whenever I have the chance to watch it. I look forward to it every day. I found it on YouTube after I was searching for something to do with home insulation. Oh. Well, you know.
Well, you can always ask
you do
us.
a home insulation project, you're bound to hate your spouse by the end.
Well, maybe he was trying to insulate his home so it's soundproof, so that he can't hear us while he watches the podcast. Because we're better to look at than to listen to, I think.
Anyway, he said, not sure how that happened, but glad it did. I am now a regular viewer. I appreciate how open you are to new ideas or ideas that contradict your own. I also really enjoyed listening to Perfect Phil. If Doug has some more music, I would be very glad to hear. I can't comment on Facebook. He doesn't have a Facebook. I ask, and I have no doubt that you won't forget your first viewers once Marital Hate becomes widely known. We absolutely will not. We will not forget you. God, we have like some actually, we got Uriel, we got Uriel, we got Tracy, Ann, Debbie, Todd, Derek. We have like a bunch of like OG,
we have some hardcore
that
people. And there's a lot of lurkers that we don't. Sometimes they'll say something, sometimes they won't. But we don't know who's watching this thing, so it could be anybody.
Yeah. Well, and I got to tell you another one that's watching the podcast that actually messaged me today.
Oh.
I was just going to share this with you. My former boss, Mick Griffin,
yes,
that we talked about last night, messaged me today about the podcast. P.S. I fucking love Mick. I mean, he's a total wanker, but I fucking love him. P.S. Americans think it's cute to call like Brits or like Australians or whatever wankers. They don't like it. But
I know that they don't like
if you're cute enough
to be called tospots. I know that.
I've never called them a tosspot, but he called me cheeky, and I'm definitely cheeky. And he called me a tart, and yeah, kind of.
A cheeky tart.
Not as much of a tart. Not as much of a cheeky tart as I used to be. Anyway, I want to read what he said.
Todd's back, just so you know. We're just...
Woohoo, Todd's back.
Welcoming everyone.
Okay, well, let me just tell you the... Because it just made my day, his fucking comment. But I was chatting with him for a while, because he's dealing with being a person in the world. And
some people do need to deal with people in the world.
Well, no,
we only deal with our viewers here.
No, Mick and I had a chat today about how he's interested in doing things with his hands. And he is very busy with his job, and he's doing great things there, and the company's doing great things. But he wants to like work with his hands, and I can't say I blame him.
My dad did that too. He did stuff on the side because he wanted to work with his hands. He was a professor, but he ended up working at a sign shop because he liked to build things and work with his hands.
So the message that I got from Mick was fucking amazing. Sorry.
Oh, that wasn't it. That was about something else.
No, that is. Fucking amazing. I didn't finish the episode yet, but honestly, I've a sore face from laughing and smiling.
Oh.
That makes my day. Like, that's like the best news ever. So
I don't hate making people's face sore since 2023.
I actually sent, I don't know. Mick is just fucking awesome. He's just like a super cool guy. I love him. I wish I was there to see those boys grow up. He has 2 little ones, not so little anymore. And I'm sad that I don't get to see them grow up. But again, I have this like, we'll take in a wayward Polish kid and send him to college. You got to pay for the college though. We don't have any money.
Now, does the kid of a British guy that lives in Poland have a British accent, or do they have a Polish? Like,
so I haven't heard them talk in quite some time. However, their dad is British, but their moms are Polish, so they got like this Spanglish thing going on. But it's not Spanglish because it's Polish.
Well, you said moms, and it almost sounded like they had different moms, but they don't.
No, they do. He was married and remarried.
Oh, I thought they had, because you said moms, and I was like, oh no, I didn't think it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
I don't know. The kids
Just
are
stickler for language.
The kids are fucking adorable.
Yeah.
And
I just want to know what they sound like.
Well, if you could get us a little audio clip,
yeah, if you could send that in, thank you.
Perhaps like a little.
Maybe we could play it on the air.
Plug.
You sign a
you
release.
Can teach your kids to call me names in Polish and English.
You tart, you cheeky tart.
I don't know that you say that in Polish. They call me kurwa in Polish.
Oh.
Kurwa.
I don't know.
That means whore.
Anyway, the only thing I know how to say in Polish is "les compounds."
That's one of my favorite things to say in Polish.
The only thing I know how to
I
play.
will tell you, Mick and I have had different experiences. He's a former professional rugby player.
I thought you were going to say.
Now he's in the tech work. Oh my God, our friend Annie's here. Hey, Annie. It's good to see you too. Oh, and our friend Jeff. Jeff invited us to something yesterday. We have all these amazing people that we love. I don't know if you caught our shout out to you yesterday. Was it yesterday we shouted out to Annie, or was it the day before?
Oh, the day before. Yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, we were all excited.
I have to tell you this story. So Mick and I have had very different life experiences. He was a professional athlete, and he got into tech, and now he's like a dad and this like big time tech guy who's like on the Pipeline Summit, like up on the stage and the whole 9 yards. He's killing it. And here I am, like me. And you guys know enough about me. I don't think I need to go into it. By the way, I'm so blotchy today.
Why are you blind? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm allergic to you. So anyway. I went to Catholic school for 12 years. I think I got or not 12 years. I went to Catholic school off and on, but
I don't know what's happening with this.
Oh yeah, why does it keep turning itself down?
I don't know.
That's
I
so
didn't
weird.
change anything. Our screen keeps going dark, so never mind us.
So one of us just keeps having to touch the thing. So anyway, back to the differences between Mick and I. So Mick and I talked today, and I think that he had a different, he had a decent education in jolly old England, and he's from Manchester, or at least that's where he played.
That's where Davy Jones was from.
He has an adorable accent. He's so cute. And I think that they call private school, city school, and public school is private school. It's backwards in England for whatever reason. But what I learned today is they do geography in a very strange way.
Really?
Yeah. So
really,
I was I was telling Mick today, there's this one town in Florida that I can't tell anybody until we live there because I really want to live there, and I'm afraid if I talk about it, people are going to move.
Well, in case we have to go, on the down low.
Well,
after this podcast,
we probably will.
After we aggravate some folks.
So I tell Mick the name of the town, and I'm trying to explain to him where it is. And so I go,
well, you can't describe where it is on the podcast because people will find out.
I'm pretty sure they'll be able to find it. They won't be able to find it after this. This is how I described it. So he said, I don't really know American geography. And I go, well, you know how Florida looks like a limp dick? It's kind of like where the limp dick would, like, underside of your limp dick would come, close to your body. And so he did this weird thing that I've never heard of. he did not understand my directions at all. He told me that he looked it on up a map.
Why would you do that when you can have?
He looked it up on a fucking map. It does not. He doesn't know where on the dick or balls it is, but he does know where it is on a map, like a fucking weird British person.
Well, the funny thing is that Stacy does not. She does not have any concept of sort of like geography or direction or maps.
No, but I do know what dicks look like.
And that's what you know. So like, if you you going to the store, okay, take a left at the whatever,
Are you sure you didn't shut your screen timer off?
I didn't touch my screen time. I don't know. Probably Apple is saying, "Oh, you're using too much electricity. Oh, we must darken your
Indian?
screen." It's just some sort of authoritarian voice.
It's weird. Actually, I have a funny tech story, Indian tech story. So, we have a good friend who's Indian, and we had some people over our house, and one of these people wasn't our friend; they were just there. And this person looked at our Indian friend. And he asked her what she did for a living. And he has an accent, but it's not super thick. You can understand him fine. And like, it's clear that the man lives in America. Like, lives an American life. Just happens to be brown. Just happens to have an accent. And he goes, what do you do for a living? He's just making conversation because he's a polite person, a human being in society. And he says, what do you do for a living? And she looks at him and she goes, I work for a software company. It's a fucking Indian guy. Like, he knows what a software company is. All of his family work for a software company. That's not true in his case. But, like, it's just bonkers. But the point I was going to make, notwithstanding this very rude and racist person.
But the thing is, she spoke slowly as if like he didn't understand. It was terrible.
And he's like, what software company do you work?
Like, you know when people yell at blind people, like, they think they can.
Well, that's it's funny because like when we're friends with somebody, we give them a hard time. You guys know we joke about everything, and we've fucking given God a hard time so many times.
He gives himself a hard time.
We were. We're in Situate one day, and he and the kids are all dressed up for, I don't know, it was a spring, so it wasn't
like
Diwali.
Easter or something. It was...
No, it was an Indian holiday, not an American
I thought
holiday.
it was one of our holidays.
They were dressed up. Or
one of the good holidays.
Hindu. I think Hindu holidays are better than the American.
Load me up. I'm
party
good.
with Hindus. These guys do not mess around. They're awesome. And the food, the food. I don't even know what to say. That's going to drive me insane. The lights just keep going out.
Yeah.
Keep going out.
Well, just keep talking. I'm just going to go to our system settings.
So, one day, they're all dressed up. They're going to some Hindu party. I don't know what it was, but it was in the springtime. So, it wasn't Diwali. And we love Diwali. Or Doug Wally, as Doug calls it.
Oh, it's Doug Wally. Yeah.
Doug thinks Diwali is Doug Wally because it usually falls around his birthday. And so, he thinks that it's a multiple day celebration of Doug and the light that
it's
he
around my
brings to the
birthday,
world.
yeah.
So anyway, we see them. We're in Situate. And I go, we don't want any of your kind around here. And I yelled it out the top of the Jeep. And so these people on a bike, I thought they were going to die. They were like, oh my God, you didn't just say that.
It was kind of a hate crime, but not
He's
exactly.
my friend and I love him. And I love those kids. Oh my God. And they were all freaking grown up. And I wasn't ready for that to happen. But it is what even less ready than anybody else was ready for that to happen. So anyway, but to my point about Apple, I've been to Apple many times. I've been on the phone with Apple support. I have never encountered a single Indian, which is weird. I feel like maybe Apple's racist against Indians.
Oh, you just opened up a big old can of worms.
Well, I'm just calling people racist left and right. Last week it was Steve Harvey.
Oh, Steve Harvey was racist last week.
I don't know. All I know is that I love all people. I don't give a shit what color they are. I love you, no matter what color you are. If you're here, I'm happy to see you. Yes. Okay, so
you actually do that.
So one of our friends commented that her husband picks up the accent of whoever he hangs out with. I leave the nail salon and I sound fucking Vietnamese. I'm not kidding. It is such a problem.
When we go to the flea market up in
Southern.
Massachusetts, she starts talking Southern. So for whatever reason, I went. I do crazy things at flea markets. Remember when I tried to buy?
Oh my God!
I went in with an accent. And
so hang on. We normally go to the Brimfield Fair every year, which is in Brimfield, Massachusetts. It happens spring, July, and September.
Yeah.
3. Is there
spring, summer, fall, maybe.
There's like 3 shows. You can look it up. Brimfield Antiques Market. People come from all across the country. It's like 10 miles. You will never see everything there. Never. Wear comfortable shoes. Maybe bring a basket. We like to park at the church because you can see the church from everywhere because it's a steeple. We recommend the macaroons. They're like $8 a pop.
What about how that lady's still doing?
She's probably still like thinking about you and her lady spanking.
Oh, she wanted us to like put on a show for her.
Kiss again.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like I was like, what do you want me to do? Suck his dick? Fine. I just dropped to my knees right there and did it in the middle of the flea market.
It wasn't fine.
If I gave you a
if I got free macaroons, these things are big as a baseball.
I'm sorry, I'm giving the blowjob here.
You'll get nothing like it.
Whose dick are you gonna suck for a macaroon? I'm just telling you.
What you don't think she gives us both a macaroon?
What the fuck did you get a blowjob? How do you get a blowjob and a macaroon?
I'll take either. Thank you.
What would you rather have, a blowjob or a macaroon?
Right now?
Yeah.
Macaroon.
Your husband's getting laid too much when he says that.
Because if I said yes, you would probably do it now, and it would not be good. It would just be
What, during the podcast?
Yeah, during the podcast.
We don't make enough money on the podcast.
Yeah.
By the way, we make zero money on the podcast.
No. We're losing money on the podcast.
We're not really losing
money.
money.
We're losing money.
It doesn't cost us anything.
We got to buy all these props. This
so,
fake pool back
so
here.
So there's been a chiming in about the flamingos.
Yes, it's Cinco de Mayo, and they're all drunk.
Are drunk. One of them's in the pool, but he's not drunk. The other ones are fucking drunk.
Yeah.
They've been hitting the tequila all day long.
Yes, I actually talked to a friend of mine. We used to have these office parties every Cinco de Mayo. She would go all out, right? So I did a wellness check on her at about 5:00 to see how many, to tell her to take it easy on the margaritas. She says, I'm at a wedding and they were drinking Patron pineapple margaritas. And I'm
what
like,
is that? And how do I get one?
Yeah, at a wedding, signature drink is a Patron pineapple margarita. And it was in Newport, Rhode Island, which is where we used to have our company. So I was thinking like a Patron pineapple. Like I don't even know that existed until now.
I didn't even talk to Tracy today, but she would bring us one. She likes us.
Who
brought us that tequila? Like your work tequila?
Oh, that was Jessica Hennessy. She's fantastic.
Thank you, Jessica. We're still sitting on that bottle of
we're still working it.
That fancy fucking tequila you sent
us.
We had probably like 20 bottles of booze that were just
my god, yeah,
left over between the wedding
and
between our wedding and Doug's 50th birthday because we don't really drink.
But that was super nice.
And so if you're from Massachusetts, Marshfield, we made friends with a waitress at the Hop in Marshfield. And I said, come on over, come take all the booze. And she did. I said, bring a basket.
She did. I had to help her load like it was a lot. It was crazy in the back of her CRV or whatever it was.
$500 worth of booze.
That was.
We got all of it as gifts, but it was individual bottles. So we have this one bottle of tequila. It's that fancy blue and white hand painted.
Looks like a lamp.
And you can ring it like a bell.
Yeah, it's good.
And so we have that, but we haven't drank it.
We're
not really drinkers.
No, we're not really drinkers, but it was the thought, and it was funny because I was always sort of bailing out people at my job, and they would always do something nice for me, like whether it was that or whatever.
But a raise or still having a job, both of those things would have been better.
Well, it would have, but
here we are.
But the fact that we've got tequila, we got a couple of we got like 3 deep dish pizzas overnighted from Chicago. That was
Manny.
That was
Thank
good.
you, Manny.
Manny was good. There was all kinds.
We got the key lime pie was sent to us.
Key lime pie. That was Lori Nagy. We went to the same high school. We didn't, obviously different times, but we ended up working together. And we're like, I lived over here, and she was like a mile away. It was crazy.
Well, you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm glad you had good experiences with those people, but my favorite people are always going to be the people who watch the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're showing us all their love and support.
So are we dropping hints to send us tequila that we won't drink?
Oh, well, listen, last time we sent pizza. We said we wanted lemon pound cake, and we got some the next day.
We did, and I made it. And I ate the whole thing. I gave you some, and you didn't eat it. And so I just finished off.
My stomach was upset at the time. You ate that whole fucking.
I did. It was so good.
Can we just talk a little bit about your diet?
Yeah, but it was gluten free. It was gluten free. And it was this big. It was 8 inches long. I don't complain when you eat things that are 8 inches long.
You don't give me a macaroon either. I'm not. I just want to be clear. From now on, I don't suck dicks unless I get a macaroon afterwards. Give me a macaroon. I might just suck your dick right now. I don't care if you're my husband. I'd like a macaroon. Come on pie. What?
You're pimping yourself out for a macaroon? At least get something.
Dude, it has to be one of those macaroons. Like this woman's
Yeah,
macaroons
they're
are like this big.
They're like a baseball.
She charges $8 a pop, and it's not enough. They're fantastic. Oh, we were talking about Brimfield, and we never finished.
Oh, no, yeah, because we got on to tequila, yeah.
So at Brimfield, which is a whole thing, you can find the coolest stuff. Like, you will find yourself a dining room table made out of an old bowling alley, and you'll find things that are $20,000, and you'll find things that are like 50 cents. What else? We bought a Michael Jackson doll at Brimfield.
We did. We still have it. Yeah.
We bought. Anna bought. My daughter Anastasia bought a dictionary this thick and carried it around with her the whole. I'm not kidding. It was this thick.
Yeah,
she just carried it around with her all
it was
day
one of
like
those
a crazy
old,
person.
that sat on a stand.
But she was happy, and she was reading that dictionary, and then the air conditioner fell on her head.
Or something. Or the dictionary was holding up the air conditioner. I don't know what was happening. I don't know how you get hit in the head with an air conditioner that's 8 inches off the ground. It was crazy.
My daughter Anastasia is truly one of a kind and absolutely amazing, and I love the way her brain works.
And creative, very creative.
Very creative.
She made up her own language.
Yes.
Other things we've seen a 1940s era gynecology seat. We saw that
a rubber couch from an insane asylum.
That
and we
thing
went
was
back
amazing.
and it was gone. And
that thing was so amazing. It was a rubber couch,
So
and we're like,
good.
"What's the story about this?" Because it had like a texture to it, and it was like Nerf. It was like a Nerf football, but it was a couch. And they're like, "Oh, that's from an insane asylum, so they couldn't hurt themselves with it." And I'm like, "That is the most amazing thing
What other
ever."
things? So we bought cabinets at Brimfield.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, my little chiropractor friend. So we bought this metal cabinet. It was like an old index card filer or something from a machine shop. It was this with all these little drawers. And so we were selling on Marketplace, and I forgot shit in the drawers. And so my friend Christina, who bought it, wasn't my friend yet. I didn't know her.
Didn't know her.
I've actually made a ton of friends through Marketplace. She brings it home, and there's shit in the drawers. And so when she tells people she got it, she's like, there was a handcuffs, and there was, because there was a pot pipe in it. That wasn't even mine, because I don't smoke. It was actually somebody gave it to me.
Yeah.
With weed in it. It was like, here, smoke this.
Yeah, and you did. And it was in there for a couple years.
It was there for a while. He was like, hey, I left this weed in there for you. And so now this woman who doesn't know me
has to return it.
House, and she's like, here's your drugs and your curling iron. Like, thanks.
Yeah, and now she's
one. My drugs.
And
so now she's one of our closest friends on the planet. But she's not like, she's a very by the book kind of person, and so I can't imagine she felt good about having drug paraphernalia.
Oh no! I can't. We need to return this right away, Brent.
It should have been empty. It wasn't. I didn't even smoke it. Like I don't like to smoke. I smoke. I cough. I pee.
Yeah, well,
and
there you go.
Guys,
there's a party.
Oh, I started telling the story about the felon's Jeep. Did I ever finish that?
We don't need to talk about that tonight.
Why?
Because that's a epic story for its own episode.
That was an epic story. I peed in a felon's Jeep.
Now you got to tell it. So.
Okay.
All right. So are we done with Brimfield? Though?
No, we're not done with Brimfield.
So we're not done.
Remind me. I'll tell you about the felon's Jeep.
All right, felon's Jeep. Writing it down.
Okay. So we go to Brimfield, and we're checking out all the stuff. And it was funny because we broke up, and then we went to Brimfield as friends, and then people were like, "Oh my God, you guys are the perfect couple!" Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, we're just friends. And by the time the next Brimfield came along, we were engaged, and the next Brimfield came along, we were married. And we went there on our honeymoon. And so Doug, there's this one booth where we bought these little. So our last name is Gear. Is we bought these little tiny gears, and there were gears in everything at our wedding. Gears on my Chuck Taylors, gears on my earrings, gears on your tie, gears on your boutonniere.
Everywhere.
My girls had gears in their hair, everything. And so finally, we needed these little gears to make all of this jewelry. So we go in this booth, and they're selling them, and I'm like, oh my God, this is such a great idea. How much? And so Doug is just being goofy, and he goes in there. Go ahead, do it.
Oh, when I tried to buy the daughter?
Yeah. When I tried to buy the daughter. Like it's nothing.
Like
he just tries to buy people's daughters.
I go in there.
This is an adult.
I go in there, and there's a lady. I think it was the lady, right? Lady and the daughter, right? So
lady and the daughter?
I would like to buy a daughter. And she's like laughing, right? I go, how much for, at first I go in there and didn't know I was together, right? So I started looking around, and I'm looking at his tags.
He was doing his own thing. I was doing my own thing.
You have very nice things. I would like to buy your daughter. Like I was some foreign dignitary. they're laughing their ass off, right? So the next time we go back, the dad's there.
He remembered him.
And I go, sir, I got to tell you, I tried to buy your daughter last time, and I'm really sorry. Like, because it was hysterical. And he's like, that was you. It was unbelievably funny. Yeah, because they were in complete stitches. So, yeah, anyways, it was, and it probably lasted for a good, like, 10, 15 minutes of me.
Oh, you were going on. But you
haggling.
do it all the time.
I go, do you take PayPal? I will PayPal you.
You've done that accent in a lot of places. You did. He does all these different accents, and so which you guys haven't seen enough of. And the thing is, like, I don't know if, like, I hope that people are not offended by, like,
they just, I don't know.
If you're offended, I'm sorry. Like, we're not. Like, we love you. So we took my daughter, she actually had a pimple on her face that they literally, like, had to go to a facial surgeon for it because they were worried it was going to scar. And so we went to the facial surgeon, and we're just, like, kind of hanging out, and the doctor comes in, and Doug is trying to, keep my daughter relaxed or whatever, because, like, she's worried that they're gonna have to cut, and it's on their face, and she's embarrassed and stuff. And so Doug's just trying to,
so I button up my shirt, like, all the way, like, and I became
trying to entertain her until the doctor comes in. So go ahead. You're sitting there, and you're being what?
So I was Ukraine Doug.
Ukraine.
And this
Doug.
was before the whole Ukraine thing happened. So
years ago. This is like 8 years ago.
And so I buttoned up my top button, and I was looking like, like Latka Graphis or something like that, right? And so I'm like looking at all the stuff in the office as if I've never seen anything like
trash.
this. Yeah.
He's pushing the button on the
and
trash.
It's going up, and I'm like acting
Woo!
surprised. And so they're in stitches, and then the guy comes in, and I'm like thinking, do I still do it or not? And I go, I gotta still do it, right? So then that carried over to.
Wait, he's like, I'm from Ukraine. I'm on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube. You ever see this country? And so then probably a month or so later, she takes the girls to the nail salon
to get mani-pedis.
It's like in a mall or something, right? So it's
in a mall.
There's all kinds of the place is pretty full, right? And so I walk in there. For some reason, I'm Ukraine Doug again, right? And so I'm like, I start looking around like as if I have no idea what a nail salon is. And so the one thing I do remember, and
the hose when you pulled it.
So I pulled up, like the hose is on down at people's feet. So I pull it up and I let it go, and it went back in. I'm like, I'm like surprised, and I'm like looking around like, and like there was like little like things with drawers and stuff like that. The girls are dying laughing.
Wait, it was the girls and the staff.
And the staff are dying.
Were dying.
The other people there to get their nails done were not amused by Ukraine Doug. Oh my god! Oh. And so then they're like, oh, sit down. So I sit down on the thing, and then they start putting the massage thing on. I'm like, like I wish we had those moments filmed, because they were just like
I might have
spur of the moment.
I might actually have parts of that filmed.
Oh, you probably do. Yeah.
I might.
So anyways, every once in a while something like that gets into me, and I can't stop.
He
can't stop. It's like,
so he does my Irish gynecologist. Talks about how I have lucky charms in my hoo-ha. He does Indian. He does Ukraine Doug. He does Bobby Doug.
My favorite is Bobby Doug.
Bobby Doug is like.
He
lives in his mom's basement.
His boss is Boston Dorchester. So we went to a really fancy restaurant one night, this years ago.
Where was it?
Was it? I thought it. Well, in Tosca.
No, it was a Tosca.
Yeah, that's relatively fancy.
We were broken up, and he went on a date with another woman to Tosca.
And guess who was? No, I didn't go to Tosca.
Oh, you went somewhere else with her?
She was at Tosca that night.
That night we showed up.
Never
it was like for our anniversary or something. There she is, the girl.
And I'm like, that's the girl. And anyways, and so we're sitting there, and there's this family sitting at another table. There was like the mom, the dad, the guy who is now Bobby, the wife. The wife is dealing with like the 1-year-old kid, and then the sister, who is like maybe a little heavy. You can see she didn't really want to be there. The wife is doing everything for the kid, and the mom was like kind of a little bit vacant, and the dad's like trying to enjoy it, and Bobby's holding court. So I start narrating the whole scene at the table, and she's like, "Oh my god, you got to stop, because I'm
dying." And the waitress is now in. So normal people go to a fancy restaurant, they put their napkins on their lap, they order a nice bottle of wine, they say, "What are this? What are the specials? What is that made of? And how is that prepared?" And my compliments to the chef. Oh. And here's a shitty tip. Not us. We're friends with
We're
the
all
waitress.
in.
We're inviting them over for a barbecue. We're making friends with the 5 tables next to us, and we're going to leave a monster tip, which is why we don't eat out right now because we're broke.
Yeah, we're not.
And we're not going to go out if we can't leave a monster tip. Or at least a decent tip.
So Bobby Doug,
It's got to be at least
there was
20.
a whole scenario.
You are going to hell if you tip less than 20%. If it's absolutely terrible, you tip 10%, and you leave a rude note. You
No,
say,
you don't
"What
leave
is
a
wrong with
rude
you?"
note. You read a constructive note.
A constructive note.
A constructive
I
note
have a story
in a nice
about
font.
I have a story about San Diego's and the constructive notes.
Okay.
I have a story about
Well,
that.
Why don't you tell that story
Well,
right
we're
now?
still finishing on the Brimfield.
Okay.
So we finished the Brimfield part.
I think, yeah, I'm trying to think of their. Oh, and then we ended up honeymooning at Brimfield.
Yeah, and we
which
talked
was
about all of that, but
fantastic.
we were on to Tosca
Okay.
and your Bobby Doug
Bobby
presentation.
Doug, yeah.
So Bobby Doug is with his family, and he's talking about how he's on a program. You gonna do it?
No, I can't even remember what I said. So
Oh my God, he was
you
talking
probably
about how
remember
he's
it.
on a fitness program and all of this nonsense. Anyway,
Like an Nyko Pro, you know,
I don't know.
doing some reps.
I don't know how we do it, but we have to get him going on these little tirades of his. 'Cause they're adorable.
And Bobby Doug is not race based, so I think that one's a safe one to kind of bring to the people.
I think it's offensive to people from the South
From
Shore.
Duarte, from
He sounds a little bit. He sounds a little.
Hey
bit
Ma.
He sounds. He sounds a little bit like Billy Tibbetts.
Oh no, well, yeah, sort of that ilk, right? I mean, you have the South Shore accent, South Shore buds.
The South Shore buds. They're taking it on the chin quite a bit lately because they keep getting blamed for the accidents in front of South Shore Buds.
South
As
Shore
if there
Buds
weren't accidents on that fucking road every 5 seconds.
Is a dispensary that opened up, kind of right off the highway in Marshfield, and so
Doug does the whole South Shore Buds commercial thing.
yeah. Well, we started.
It sounds a lot like your Marshfield PD.
Well,
commercial.
Marshfield PD was the first. Marshfield PD. You speed through town, we'll hunt you down. Marshfield PD. And then it got more ridiculous from there.
What about
So
Tuna
then we
Man? Does the Marshfield PD have anything to say about Tuna Man?
Marshfield PD. You're eating tuna, keep it in your bathroom. Marshfield PD. So when South Shore Buds was opening, it was all like frosted glass. You can't see in there, right? You don't want anybody seeing in there, right? So it was all secretive and all this stuff.
I've
and then
never been to
finally
a dispensary.
I've never been to a dispensary either.
Weird.
So anyway, South Shore Buds became a thing, and it became in pretty much the Bobby Doug sort of vernacular.
Of South Shore Buds.
South Shore Buds.
So he does.
You want to
Clark.
get baked?
He does Clark. Clark is creepy.
Oh, Clark is
He
good.
does a creature, also creepy. He does Moist Mouth, also creepy. I think his professor is just a version of Clark. Clark is creepy.
Well, Clark is.
But he doesn't do like hot British accent for me. Doesn't do
there's
Australian
reasons for that.
accent. What? Because I dated a couple of British
Australian
guys?
for being mate. Australia is a whole different thing.
You can't just hate a country because I dated a guy from that country.
Well, Mick is
You're
from
gonna
that
hate it.
country.
I
too,
never
so-
dated Mick. That
well,
would be weird.
He's close enough.
He's like my
He's
brother.
he's in Poland. He's out. You heard it from
Well,
here.
and he's also
from me, Mick.
married with like 2 children.
Well,
He's like a newlywed.
and I don't know how they talk. So maybe.
You don't know how the
What if
children
those
talk?
kids talk like Bobby Doug? That would be amazing.
I don't know. I wonder if he ever. So I gave Mick
Children,
a copy
please report to the living
I
room.
think I
for-
gave Mick a copy of Make Way for Ducklings for his kids. I think I did. I don't know. But
You know what they do in Poland? They eat ducklings. Is what they do.
we
They
eat ducklings in
pickle
this
them.
country too.
Yeah, well, ducklings or
Dude, I'll
actual
eat
duck.
anything.
Yeah, you'll eat anything. You
well,
actually
not
will eat
anything.
anything. You know, we'll eat anything. My son Wes will eat anything. Yeah, he'll try anything.
That's I think a good habit to have.
It is
to
a
be
good
able to
habit. I
try-
wish I had it.
Always try something.
Yeah.
You'll never know if you're gonna like it or not. And it was funny. Like tonight, Doug was like, "I don't want to cook." Blah blah blah.
Didn't wanna
And
cook.
then he made chicken and he loved it.
It was actually pretty good.
And it was a very quick in the instant pot.
A lot of people say Instapot, but it's not. It's Instant Pot.
Yes, but you don't get pot instantly, which is disappointing.
But it is a pot that takes like 8 minutes. So I don't know how instant that is. It's a misnomer.
I just realized.
What'd you realize?
It's funny that you should say that the instant pot because I just ordered some pot. different folks for different
different kind of
strokes.
Well, you need to survive.
Clearly,
so
in a
it's
very
not like
legal
it's all
way,
fun.
ordered through a local
I don't.
dispensary
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
with a
Yeah, weird.
legal marijuana
And
card.
don't tell them about the.
The fungus.
No, don't tell them about anything unless you've consulted a reputable.
You're reputable
yeah.
and local healthcare provider.
Yeah, always check in.
Okay, so I had a bunch of notes for today, and I don't know
so
what
you
the fuck
did.
we were talking about. Do you have any notes for today?
well-
You should go through yours, because once I get going, there's no fucking...
Well, no, I experienced a couple things where it was brought to my attention that people near and dear to me are not watching the podcast. And actually, one of them did not like the podcast at all. Couldn't stay with it.
Who?
I'm not saying.
Who the fuck was it?
I didn't write it down. It's not written down. It's on my head. So
Jason Lee.
Jason Lee is the guy that played My Name Is Earl, and these are my
Why
old
did you
notes.
write Jason Lee? Are we mad at Jason Lee?
No, it was his birthday last week, and we
Wait,
paid.
somebody said they did not like the podcast?
Well, they couldn't get through the first 3 minutes of it and turned it off.
And they said that to you.
Yes, I wasn't happy about it
Why didn't you tell me this?
because I wanted to wait till the show.
Whisper it in my ear. No.
Not a surprise. Not a surprise there. So yeah, so I've been sitting on that one all day. So and the other thing is, my brother Phil
My
sent me.
fucking head is going to explode right now.
So my brother Phil sends me a picture of the Yangtze River turtle that died, the last female, which we talked about on the podcast the other night for about 10 minutes. And I'm like, if you watch the show, or whatever you call this podcast live thing, you would know that I did a eulogy for about 10 minutes on the turtle.
I want to cry for you. That was so shitty.
Well, it was, but whatever. I'm moving on.
But I will say at the same time,
Exactly, Jeff. Thank you.
that person does not have an opinion that I valued to begin with. So there you go. Okay. So can we have an uplifting? Do you have anything uplifting on there?
Depressive
as fuck.
I put I drew a penis where your mouth was. That was funny.
Thank you for that.
That's what I do. I'm like like Johnny Carson.
Give me a
used to play with
goddamn
me.
macaroon. I'm just saying.
Does anybody? Can anybody send? Can we Uber Eats over some flaked coconut and some condensed milk?
No, it's got to be those amazing motherfucking macaroons.
I'm trying to find them. I'm looking them up.
They're so good. Like we have a couple of lesbian friends that watch the show. I think that they'd suck a dick for those fucking things.
Well,
they're so good.
That would be
I
going
think
outside your comfort zone.
I think you'd suck a dick for one of those macaroons.
No, I don't
not?
care. I mean, like,
Why
no.
not?
If although I did see an Aston Martin online, that I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'd do it for that. The Aston Martin, that car is insane.
Okay, get an Aston Martin. You're gonna have to go to Naples and suck some old dick down there.
Oh, down in Naples,
Aston
there's
Martin.
what is it? The Ferrari dealership is right next to the Walmart. It's hysterical. So it's like
I don't
Ferrari.
know. Walmart grosses me out.
Oh, there was a great video today online of a lady going apeshit in Walmart. Yeah, it was bad. She was throwing stuff and it's all breaking.
See, this is the kind of thing that if you're going to mention it, you got to post it in the comments.
If you want,
later.
yeah. Well, I'm not posting that because she was saying some racist crap and it was just awful. But anytime somebody goes on a tirade and it's not me, I find some sort of weird humor in it because they're just totally unhinged. I don't like it when I get unhinged. So,
I don't like it when you get unhinged either. The macaroon lady, I don't know her name, but she does the macaroons at Brimfield every year, and they're fucking fantastic. She also does strawberry shortcake and a few other items. You just had what are you looking at?
Somebody called the macaroon queen has popped up, but they make those macarons like the French ones.
No, these are the big coconutty ones. All right, anyway, I have some things. So we've been watching the RV, Healthy RV Living, which is like this chick who does,
There's a couple.
There's a couple what?
It's two of them. It's the chick that really does most of the talking, but the guy is there too.
Yeah, but it's he's not normally in the videos.
Oh, okay, all right.
So it's called Healthy RV Living, which we would like to own an RV and travel. And I've come across her, and I was like, oh, well, if she's making stuff in an RV, it's got to be fairly simple because get off your fucking phone.
I'm looking up the queen lady.
If you say so.
For the
anyway,
macaroons.
Just look up macaroons Brimfield Fair. So what was I talking about? Like
the Healthy Living RV guy.
So Healthy Living RV. So we're watching it because, like, I figure, well, if you're cooking in an RV, it has to be fairly simple cooking. And Doug's not, like, psyched about the cooking. As we talked about, his mood, what kind of mood he's in, impacts the quality of the food. And he's been in a shitty mood for 6 months. So the food has been shitty for 6 months. I'm kidding.
It's like we're in prison.
I'm kidding.
We get bread, water one day.
I'm kidding, but it definitely hasn't been your normal.
You know what?
Struggling.
Yeah.
And so, and that's okay. We're all, we're all doing our best every day, and your best is going to vary from day to day and maybe moment to moment that day. Try your best, do better tomorrow. So anyway, I'm watching the show, and so the cannabis oil is like, right now it's just starting to kick in, but at the time I'm like watching this, and I'm like half watching, and I was talking to somebody, and I look up, and she says, and a bunch of our users, because they were doing a live, she goes, a bunch of our users are claiming to be some sort of vegetarian.
Claiming to
and she
be
didn't even say it
vegetarian.
like that. She's like, a lot of people here claim to be some sort of vegetarian. I want to make sure I give them, but the way I heard it was claiming to be some sort of vegetarian, which I think was what she was thinking, because she's big on, and I don't have a problem with being a vegetarian. Do you? Like, I get it. I like animals. I don't want them to die in my mouth. But here we are. The thing that's...
What are you, Ozzy Osbourne, biting heads off a bat or something?
So she, what are you doing? Get off your phone.
I'm looking up the Brimfield Flea
Well,
Market.
if you can't
People
find it-
asking what it is.
Nope, I don't know.
Nah, I don't
It's
know.
not the time. You need to pay attention to the podcast.
Fine.
What was I saying about
So-called vegetarians or
so-called vegetarians? I have no problem with that, but one of the things that that you miss as a vegetarian is protein, and every nutritionist I've ever talked to has had some concerns about the amount of protein vegetarians are getting. We actually had that conversation with Mark Mancola.
We did, and I actually the other day went down a rabbit hole, and because I've been watching these gorillas eating stuff videos. The gorillas are vegetarians. Where do they get their protein? They don't need it.
Good for them. Good for them.
I want to become a gorilla. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
but
all.
you only eat protein and carbs. You don't eat fruits and vegetables. You would die.
Yeah,
as a
but if
gorilla.
I'm a gorilla, I would adapt.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would
Okay,
adapt.
well
I'd
then
be a
just
gorilla.
be a
I'd be the
gorilla.
best gorilla.
Actually, one morning we woke up and you said, "What would you do if you woke up and you were a gorilla?" Do you not remember that?
I do. Yeah.
And I said I would fuck you.
With your
My gorilla parts. And you would have to eat fucking vegetables and fruits. So you're going to have to start doing that like an adult, Douglas.
well. Yeah.
You have to look up at the screen. Otherwise, people think...
Thinking about gorilla
I don't
and what I would eat if I was a gorilla.
I learned something once again from my stepson today.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
No, Nolan. Nobody understands what you're doing.
No. It's funny though.
No, Nolan, he, I didn't learn it from him today. It's just something I learned from him overall. Like, that kid does not take any shit from anybody. Like, I love it. It's great. So apparently there's a girl in his dorm, and he's an RA. And apparently there's a girl in his dorm who's like next door, and she's got like the music blaring, and he's written her up 3 times, and I'm like, so
Brighten you up.
and then he's like, and that they don't do anything, and I go, so what you're saying is you've had a false sense of authority all this time. And I go, don't worry, Nolan, all authority is false. And I said, if you want to give me a ticket, you can. And but I was just proud of him because he stands up for himself, and he was talking about how he's trying to do it less, he's trying to be less confrontational, and I said that I think that there's a happy medium
Good.
between the two of us.
I think that job is good for him.
Well, I mean, he works customer service too, but I think like Nolan has always been like kind of like, oh, I got to fight for myself since he was a kid, and I think he's realizing he doesn't have to be a part of every argument. You only pick an argument. You only deal with conflict when there's a reason to deal with conflict. Like, for example, like sometimes you have conflict in relationships, and we certainly have conflict at times, and you choose to work through the conflict because you love the person. And that's like something you choose to do for a friendship. But like, I think one of the things that's hard to do is when you care about someone, you love and care about someone, that, if you have a conflict with them and they are not having healthy coping skills, but you still love that person, like, how do you make that work? And that's always a challenge. And I think the best thing you can do is obviously lead by example, and and try to lead by example, obviously, and just be consistent in who you are, because you can't change anyone else. You can only change yourself. And I'm just like so proud of anyone who's on a personal development journey, but especially for young people, because if you can start like personal development at a very young age, and you're going to be very successful in life. And I don't necessarily mean financially successful, although that usually comes with it, but I mean successful in love and life and just being happy in general. So that is my thought on
Yeah,
that.
especially
I
when
was
you're
super proud
when
of him.
you're 20 years old and like the world's coming at you from all different directions, and like it's not like when you're older you can say, okay, well, I should have done this better, I need to work on this, whatever.
He's
When
already
all
doing
that
it.
stuff is happening, you're
It's
doing
not
that.
just, by the way, it's not just Nolan that's doing it. Our friend Zach has done a phenomenal job. He's focused on like he's eating super healthy. He's working his butt off. He's on call all weekend. He's involved in his community. He's involved in his church. Like, they're doing the stuff that they want to do. And you know what? I may not be interested in the same stuff as everybody else, but I got to give anybody who goes out and does what they want to do instead of being miserable a fucking pat on the back.
Well, that's one thing I've noticed about you. It's like, even when we got the Jeep or like even certain things, it's like, oh, I always wanted to buy a Jeep. Well, if you wanted it, figure out how to do it, make it happen. Whereas that's one thing that Stacy will do is figure stuff out and have a goal and go and do it. It's like even like we ended up living oceanfront, right? And that was like I can't tell you how many people I know is like, oh, I'd love to live on the water. And then they didn't do anything to like try to make it happen.
I didn't buy a Jeep before you and I got together because I had 4 children.
Well,
I had the
that
Miko
too.
for a while that they were in, and then I had the Durango because the new Jeep hadn't come out yet. That seats 5. And I needed the Durango when I got it, I had it.
Yeah.
And once the kids were out of the house, it made sense for us to have a Jeep.
But
the kids were driving the Durango at that point.
I was paying you a big compliment because you figure out like you don't like talk about like you'll talk about it, but like you'll do it. And so every time you're talking about whether it's an RV or living here, there, whatever, I believe you because it's like you find a way.
But that's what manifesting is all about.
Yeah.
And I have.
But you put it into action. There's people that can manifest all day long, but I don't think there's as many people on the planet that can actually sort of formulate a plan, figure it out, make it happen, and take that leap. Because a lot of that stuff is scary.
Well, it's actually funny you should say that because my friend Christina today, actually, she gave me the nicest 2 compliments today, and it's odd because sometimes her family watches the podcast.
Oh, they're only watching for your
She's
titties.
also one of the many people who's gotten smart enough to say to me. She's one of the people who's gotten smart enough to say, and many of you have done this, where you're like, you cannot put this on the podcast, and then tells me something. Sometimes they're really good. Anyway, but sometimes they watch the podcast. And so she, today she paid me the nicest compliment. She said I was like a Renaissance woman. And then she was telling me how pretty I am. Like, she's like the best friend. Please support, what the fuck is it called now? Vitamin C Chiropractic over on the East Coast of Florida.
I noticed she did a little reels on Instagram, like a little ad for herself.
Really?
And she shows two different angles of the van, which was kind of cool.
Oh, that's so awesome. I can't wait to see it. So anyway, she said to me today, I'm like a Renaissance woman. I don't know that I am, and I don't, like, when you're good at something, when you're natural at something, like when somebody pays you a compliment, you're like, yeah, I know.
Well, the whole thing is, Christina wasn't really sure what she was going to do with her hair. Stacey used to do hair, so she's like, well, here's what you want. Here's what you want to do. Here's how I would do it, and all this stuff. Yeah. So she was laying it out in very technical terms. And Christina was like, well, what about this? And, well, here's why you don't want to do it, and like was explaining it. So it's like even with like medical stuff and like with the hair stuff and all this stuff. And so Christina was like, Stacey, you amaze me with your abilities and your I
don't know that I have any particularly good abilities, but I am
but you grasp stuff.
But I read a lot of different things, right? Like, and not read, like, I can't read a fucking book to save my life because I don't have the attention span for it. I've been trying to read Becoming Home, which, by the way, I highly recommend. Kristen Kowalski. It's about my friend Andrea's home in Scituate. It's about a historic home. It's about a family. Definitely recommend it. You can get it on Amazon for like, I don't know, like $15 or something. I don't know, maybe it's 18. I don't know, but it's great. Get it. But I haven't been able to finish the damn book. I can't even sit through my friend reading it to me. So I do learn a lot of things from TikTok and being on Facebook and watching documentaries and stuff. I know a lot of stuff, and I'm a genius, so I retain things. But when you're good at something, kind of like how you're good at art and you're good at music, when somebody gives you a compliment how good it is, you're just like, yeah, I know. And that's kind of how I was at the time. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, there's things that I'm naturally very good at, right? And I think everybody has certain things that they have a natural propensity for. But that thing, it's like, oh, well, it comes so easy to me. And because it comes easy to you, you kind of get annoyed with it because there's so many other things that you want to be able to do that you struggle with. And that's the thing for me is like, I'm like, yeah, I can do that, but I can't
can't
do
that, yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, so, like, in my fucked up mind, and tell me if you have this happen in your life, in my fucked up mind, someone pays me a compliment, instead of being like a fucking rational human being who is like, oh my God, thank you so much, I appreciate it. that means so much to me, which, by the way, it does. My brain just goes, and I go to automatically, yeah, of course I am. Like, but I'm stupid in every other way. And that's just me beating up on myself and being a terrible friend. And I just, she's the nicest person, and I cannot say enough nice things about her. And I would like to say that we all, so, but it goes back to what you were talking about with manifesting. So I'm a big believer in that thoughts become things. And one of my biggest challenges throughout our marriage is Dougie Downer over here will argue with me. I'm like, do not talk like that. Do not bring that energy into our lives. Well, I'm just being realistic. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, stop it. Just fucking stop it. He will not stop it. And so it's a daily battle, and I think it's why he's having the problems that he's having right now, and I'm just trying to redirect him. So this morning, we did meditation. That was good. I was proud of you for doing meditation. And we do gratitude every night on the podcast, and I'm trying desperately to get him to do breath work. By the way, I did Wim Hof breathing this morning, which I've been doing. My Aunt Cheryl's idea. Love her. She had mentioned it to me a while ago. I researched it. I would love to be doing cold plunges, but I'm not really set up for that. And at home, I would do cold showers, but we can't get cold water because it's Southwest Florida. The water comes out of the tap warm. Anyway, we're doing the Wim Hof breathing, and it's the way you breathe is breathe in, fully out, fully in, fully out. You don't stop. You don't take a breath in between breaths. It's a circle. And then you do this thing at the end where you hold for a minute. So I am in my chair, and I'm going 30 of them, and then you go and you hold your breath for 30 seconds, and then you inhale air, hold your breath for 15 seconds. Then you do it all again, hold your breath for 1 minute, and then you do it again, hold your breath for a minute and a half. So it's a whole thing. This one's over there. Every 5 minutes or so I hear.
All right, see, here's my thing with the breathing.
It takes practice.
It does take practice.
And you're not trying.
But my thing is I used to have asthma. I don't really have it anymore. But it's the scariest damn thing. Like, you can't breathe, and it's scary as hell. And it's making a noise. Hang on. So so when you're wheezing, you can hear the air trying to get in and trying to get out. And even if I hear somebody wheezing or breathing, I start to feel it like
I understand
here.
that, but the breath work, one, it will reduce your anxiety.
I think you just dismissed my
I'm not
feelings.
dismissing it. I'm hearing you. I hear your feelings, but I have heard these feelings before, and we've discussed it before. And I'm trying to explain to you once again that breath work is excellent for stress. It will reduce your inflammation. It improves your lymphatic system. It lowers your blood pressure, which is a problem for him. It's excellent for asthmatics, etc. So I'm suggesting to you that when we do the breath work, you just try your best. That means close your laptop for a few minutes and actually try. Just try.
I will try. There is no try, Yoda.
And so I will tell you this. I have been doing them. Whenever I do them, I feel so much better. And obviously that's relative to my situation. I still feel like shit, but better than I do. I have a lot more energy. I'm a lot more clear. It helps me to breathe, believe it or not. What happened today is I'm there and it was funny because my friend Zach had texted me and I was like, hey, I gotta call you back in 10 minutes and I'm in the middle of doing this. So I'm doing my breath work. And all of a sudden I had to shit, and I had woke up and I couldn't shit. And you know how it's a problem for me. It's a problem for some of you. It even helps you shit.
Breathing.
I'm just saying it helped. And it was funny because when you came in today and said your stomach was bothering you, I was like,
oh, my stomach's killing
maybe
me.
if you did your breath work, it wouldn't be bothering you so much.
Yeah.
Have I ever steered you wrong?
Have you ever steered me wrong?
Yeah.
You think that the past tense of steer should be store? Have I ever stored you wrong?
Have I ever steered you wrong?
Probably not.
Do you respect your wife?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to give your wife a near fucking heart attack again like you did last weekend?
No.
So do you think maybe
I should try breathing and drinking 860 ounces of fluid a day? I do my best around here.
No.
Doing my best. You think I can do better?
I think you could push yourself. I think you
Done
push
pushing.
yourself.
I'm too old.
You've been pushing yourself
old.
so much.
I'm
with
ready
your-
to go.
The job searching, you just keep searching and searching and searching and searching and searching. And I'm suggesting that you need to push yourself in all areas of your life. And the number one thing that you have to do is your mindset. And then the number two thing is your self-care. And I assure you, everything will fall in place beyond that.
All right.
I will continue to kick his ass. And we will continue to have marital hate.
And that's why you have a spouse
so they can nag you? Yeah,
and
that's
nag-
exactly
not
what I was
nag.
hoping to do in
No,
marriage,
you
is
would-
nag my
oh
husband.
God. You're the first one to say, well, we should be challenging each other. And we should
yes,
be
we should.
with pushing each other.
But the problem is I want to challenge and push each other, and you're like, I don't want to do anything.
It's not that I don't want to do anything. Sometimes, like, the breathing is hard for me, and I just laid my heart on the table about my anxiety
I'm not saying the breathing
and my
isn't hard for
breathing
you.
and my
I'm saying,
history
and
of
here we are,
asthma.
it's actual marital hate. I'm not saying that the breathing isn't hard for you. I'm not discrediting that. I'm explaining to you that it's better for your asthma to do it, and it takes practice. And I understand that it's scary, but it will also help with your anxiety. I'm also saying to you that this idea of throwing the towel
I'm not throwing in any towel.
or having a negative mindset.
Some days are better than others.
Yes, that's true. But I'm pushing you to perhaps have a better attitude and try just a little bit different. I don't usually want you to try more. I want you to try different. Because I think that that's a problem that a lot of people have, is like, you think you need to do more, but you need to work smart, not harder. So that's
Which basically translates as you think I'm not working smart or hard enough.
that does not translate that way, and that's your negative mindset.
That's my negative mindset right there.
Like, I'm saying to you that I'm saying that if you're not getting what you want from what you're doing,
Yeah.
you need to reevaluate what you're doing.
Right.
And if you have people in your life that you theoretically respect,
Theoretically.
well, I'm going with, it's got to be theoretical at this point, that if you have people in your life that you theoretically respect,
Yep.
then you should be able to say to yourself, oh, this person is relatively intelligent. They have suggested I try this. What I'm doing isn't working. Perhaps I might listen to them.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, his pants are poopy.
Oh, I'm standing here. I had my pajama bottoms on. And it was there's a big.
He has no idea how.
I don't know. It's not
a big
poop.
brown
it's not,
spot
no,
at the
it's
front
not
of his
poop.
pants. I think
it's probably from
chocolate.
cooking.
Is it
It's
chocolate?
yeah. You want to try? You want to eat it?
I'll lick your pants.
No, you're not licking my pants.
I'm licking
Anyway,
your pants.
anyway, it was no
macaron.
But that happens every so often. That,
No,
like,
'cause yesterday
and then I had food on me today. Like, there was other food that was
And he had flying cheese when he was eating we had charcuterie for lunch.
charcuterie.
We're
It was-
fancy.
it was
In this
salami
house,
and
it's shark.
cheese.
In this house, it's charcuterie. That's what we have. We
Charcuterie.
charcuterie because it's a bunch of day-old deli meat, much like my vagina.
Wait, that's day old deli meat.
I don't know. You look at it. Look at it. Tell me. Does it look like day-old deli meat? What?
Boar's Head brand.
I'm starting to understand why people don't like the podcast. It's so funny that people. It's just so funny to me, the people that like it versus
The people who
that
are
don't like it.
positive people are usually like open for anything, and then the people that have nothing but negative.
No, but I
things.
have like people that that message us about it, that they
Oh, we
fucking
got
love
Uriel
it.
from
And-
France. He
but-
loves it.
Uriel's from Massachusetts. He just happens to
Well,
speak
by way
French.
of France.
I don't know if he's had.
He might be. He might not be any French. Oh, you know what he might be? Canadian.
Eh? I don't know if he has a true French.
Montreal.
No, he's like my new pal. I'm gonna talk to him. I don't know. What I know is that there's been two people that have had some pretty rude comments to make about the podcast, and they're both two people that.
They're on the shit list.
No, they're not even on my shit
No,
list
I
because
know,
it's
whatever.
two people whose opinions don't genuinely matter to me.
Right.
Like
Just
I'm
move
like,
on.
this person
Whatever.
doesn't have the best
And
opinions.
that's what you got to do. Like, you got to remember.
But like,
you know,
it's moreover, like, if you have comments about someone, like, if you have someone in your life and you love and care about them and they're doing something, they're trying to better themselves or do something positive for the world, like, I don't know, maybe you should do something to support your friend.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's why other phone calls and emails and stuff from certain people have been really lift your spirits and I've been thinking about that too with putting my songs together. I want to release this album and I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me because it's something I've always wanted to do.
Well, I don't know. Uriel's very excited about it.
His music is fantastic. Maybe we should maybe we should have him do a Marital Hate theme song and we could swap it out.
Well, I told you, I was told today that Mick wants to come and surprise us one day, just like kind of pop up.
Oh, and B, like, maybe we put Mick in the pool.
No, but he wants to show up here like unannounced.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not. We're not telling him where we live.
Well, it's easy enough to know where we live.
Nah, we're
And
not telling
he could
him.
figure it out.
He's in Poland. They don't even have the internet there.
That's not true.
Oh.
He literally works for an internet company. he's like a world renowned internet
Guru?
speaker type person.
Okay.
Anyway, so half the times you guys have noticed is I'll be like baked and there'll be like a noise, and of course there's all kinds of crazy noises out here between the horny birds and the
Yeah, we haven't had a Corvette tonight.
mouse
That's
and
been
the
good. It's been
jet
quiet
skis
tonight.
and the cat and the neighbors.
Mini bikes.
I'm always thinking somebody's gonna pop up. A little British guy. He's not little, but just a random British dude.
He's all right.
Like
I don't
a
like
rugby
him.
player?
I don't like him because he's like a kid. He's like young.
How is he like a kid? He's like 40 now.
It's a kid to me.
He's got to be 40 now, or this year.
Well, if he's not, he's gonna email you
We talked about it.
about it.
In any case, well, it's like 9 o'clock, 6 hours ahead.
Yeah, no, he's not listening.
He better not be.
He's in
got,
bed.
He's got shit to do. But he listens when
Mr.
he feels
Internet
like it.
Man.
It'll take him 12 hours to get mad at me and tell me to shut the fuck up.
We can just fool him and just not post it.
We may or may not be going for clams tomorrow. We don't know. Our lovely friend Jeff, yay Jeff, invited us to a group called
Clams
New
of
England New
Clams of
Englanders
keep going.
living in Southwest Florida, and we may be going.
Wait, Jeff's from New England?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. It was just some rando that we made friends with on Cape
he's a
Coral.
rando that we made friends in Cape Coral, and he's from New
And
England.
he's from, okay, excellent.
Super nice guy.
Whereabouts in New England? If it's Connecticut, no.
I'm forgetting at the moment. I believe
No,
he
I
told
don't
me,
care.
but I'm
It
really.
could- if it's- yeah, it
I'm
doesn't
hoping
matter.
that they'll let us go. So I messaged and I said, "Hey, are we allowed to go? It's a big day for us to leave the house and everything."
I don't have anything to wear.
Also answered a question.
I don't
in
have
the group.
anything to wear.
That is not the question that I was hoping that they were going to answer. I don't.
If I go, I'm going to be Bobby Doug tomorrow.
You
And
can
everybody will
do
be like, oh, you're definitely from Massachusetts.
that. But anyway, we may leave the house, which is really the big point here.
I don't know. It's dangerous. It's dangerous out there.
Oh, hang on. So you know, I have like this ongoing battle with. So if you've been paying attention, I have a love-hate relationship with ChatGPT, much like I have a love-hate relationship with my husband. So today on ChatGPT, I'm having such a fucking hard time with. I'm trying to take the transcripts and make the transcripts for the podcast and make them somewhat readable text, so that if I want to use them for blog posts or if I want to compile stories for a book or whatever, that I can do that down the road. It also helps me for making keywords to help the blog get SEO reach. And so I was trying to find a platform for that, and I got nowhere. Grammarly was useless, although my friend Cindy says it's good. I'm gonna have to circle back with her on it. And then I'm trying to find a restreaming platform, which just basically makes it so we can go live on multiple platforms at once. And I'm trying to figure out which one to go with, and it's really overwhelming because I have no idea what I'm doing. And then the other one was, I was just getting like a little aggravated. So I said to ChatGPT, I said, "Are you able to give me a pep talk?" And she said, what's its pronoun, do you think?
It's an it. That's an it.
Of course, I'm happy to offer a pep talk. Is there anything specific you're struggling with or feel down about that you'd like me to address in a pep talk? And I said, I sort of need a daily pep talk about my chronic illness because I have Lyme Disease Awareness Month. I said, of course, living with a chronic illness can be challenging, but you are strong and capable of handling whatever comes your way. Every day is a new opportunity to take control of your health and well-being and make choices that will help you feel your best. Remember to be kind to yourself and take things one day at a time. Celebrate the small victories, whether that's getting out of bed or trying a new treatment option. Surround yourself with supportive people who understand what you're going through and can offer encouragement and help when you need it. Above all, know that you are not defined by your illness. You are complex and a multifaceted person with unique talents, interests, and experiences. Your illness may be a part of your life, but it does not have to define your entire existence. Keep pushing forward and never give up on yourself. You are stronger than you know. Then I thanked it, and it went, because I like to be polite to the robot. And it just kept going and encouraged me some more. And then I said I needed a pep talk about the podcast. And it said, of course, creating a podcast is an amazing accomplishment. It takes a lot of dedication and hard work. You should be proud of yourself for taking the time and effort to create something you are passionate about. Remember, every great podcast started with just an idea, and you have already taken the first step towards your idea a reality. That said your idea of reality. I don't really have an
It's
idea,
your idea
of
of
reality.
a
I think
vegetarian.
we've all established
They
that.
claim to be vegetarians.
You have something important to say and share with the world, and your podcast is a perfect platform to do it. Don't get discouraged by any bumps in the road or slow progress in the beginning. Keep pushing forward and stay consistent with your content. Your audience will come as you continue to improve and grow your podcast. Remember to enjoy the journey and have fun with it. Don't forget why you started your podcast in the first place and let that passion drive you forward. You got this. So I'm saying you're having a bad day. You can call me. Or you can chat GPT that shit.
Well, the thing that just strikes me about that is that ChatGPT has a better bedside manner
Than you do.
than
Most doctors.
Doreen the nurse who
I
was
fucking missed it.
she came and she goes, "You're never getting better," and that's not what Stacy needed to hear at that moment, but it may be true. I mean,
I think ChatGPT gives a pep talk almost as good as one of mine.
yeah, because you're full of robotic crap in your brain.
I'm full of. I mean,
Came up with that.
I'm
That was good.
pretty robotic, but I'm definitely in that like spectrum-y world. Where the fuck? I'm old. They didn't put labels on you back then. Like they tested me, and then they were like,
They tested you.
They tested me. They're like, yeah, she's a genius, and she's probably not had the best childhood. Let's put her somewhere else. But
You know, it'd be good
What's that?
if as part of the podcast, we talked about getting our Cub Scout badges and things.
yeah, if anybody happens to have any Boy Scout books, we want to do all the Scout stuff. I don't know why, we just do. But go ahead.
But yeah, like what if we went through, we homeschooled each other, grade 1 through 12, to see if we could do it.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Why?
What is this, Billy Madison? I love that movie. And you don't like Adam. He doesn't like Adam Sandler.
I'm not a
movies.
big Sandler fan. I think it's not that funny, but then there are things that are funny, such as That's My Boy was a very funny movie.
I think if you actually sat down and let yourself have some fucking fun, you would like it.
But he does have, I gotta give him this, he does have a movie that features Henry Winkler and Jerry Reed in the movie.
He has a lot
Two of my idols.
Henry Winkler's in most of his movies.
Yeah, Henry Winkler is always
They're
shows
like
up.
pals. And Henry Winkler is dyslexic and wrote several children's books. And I love him. I love him.
Henry Winkler is the best. I've only been really starstruck like once in my life when I met a celebrity, and if I ever meet Henry Winkler, I would be completely starstruck.
Oh, the
He's a
other
guy
thing,
named Fonz.
sorry, I don't know. I changed the subject, but
Yeah.
I'm forgetting. Wim Hof, I do find that I feel high, like in a good way when I do, like not high
That's
like
the Hof
weed, like
part.
it's like an adrenaline rush on the Wim Hof. Like I definitely try it because it's worth it.
This is the Hoff part.
Also, today I did not know what year it was. Fantastic. It's May.
You never know what day it is.
I just found out it was Friday at like Todd let me know this afternoon. Although I think Zach had told me this morning and then I forgot and then I remembered when Todd told me again. I never know what day it is. So I don't know what year it is. I don't know what day it is. I did find out the hard way that it's Friday. I think it's May. I paid rent. My doTERRA, is it the 7th? Because my doTERRA order's on the way.
That's the 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, they told me it's going to process.
So my idea with the show tonight was that we should go out and buy 5 different brands of mayo and review them, and it was going to be Cinco de Mayo, and we were going to have a mayonnaise review. Some mayonnaise is better than others.
And I told him that it made my vagina dry up. Just the fact that he would even mention that. It's not the fact that it's mayonnaise. I fucking love mayonnaise.
Yeah,
it's
see?
the fact that you know what we should do is a taste test where you make homemade mayo compared to.
Oh, that'd
That's
be
not the point.
because I've heard
The
that there's some
point
stuff
is,
in mayonnaise that
his
you don't
fucking
want.
dad jokes
Some
have
oils.
got to stop. It's a sickness. That's it.
My jokes are funny.
I will tell you, this morning he sneezed 2 times. First time he sneezed. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know what you say. I
Yeah,
forget.
the first time he sneezed, I go, shut up!
It's not nice.
The second time he sneezes, I go, stop it, you're just doing it for attention.
I was doing it for attention.
I was kidding. This is just what we do. We're always joking with it. And the funny thing
See, this
is,
is why we should have like a
people who do
webcam.
not, I think you guys are probably starting to figure it out, but people who do not know us, like,
Oh, they think we're,
do
like,
not know
terrible
when
to
we're
each other.
joking with one another. We're like, just giving each other a fucking hard time. Calm yourself. What else? I had a quote from... Oh, I was going to read the quote from Mick. I did that. I told you to shut up. Oh, I saw a nice ad on Facebook today, and it said, tired of shaving your vulva? And I read it as vulva, and I was like, well, why would you shave your vulva? And they're right, though. It's the vulva that you shave. It's not your...
Oh.
It's not your vaginal canal that you shave, but I just like, I like to call it my pussy because I think that, like, who doesn't like cats? Gay dudes, I guess. That's okay. I understand.
So,
What?
I don't know. What kind of ad are you watching?
It was an ad for a pussy shaving device.
Oh.
It's, are you tired of shaving your vulva? And it was like, I don't know if it was like a shaver or if it was
It
like
seems a little
like an apple lady or like a
specific.
zapper. To the amount of fucked up shit women do to
Oh
themselves.
my God, yeah, it's crazy.
Actually, it was funny. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and we were talking about, you know, women's health, her hair, and we were talking about how many people we know that are shooting their faces full of chemicals or Ozempic. Everybody's doing fucking Ozempic now. Like, I would, for me, like, I want to do things holistically. So if I had, like, if I magically have gobs of money and I've done a bunch of stuff to help people and I want to do something for myself, I would get a shit ton of lipo, a tit lift, a tummy lift, and I'd probably have some fat from my thighs or my stomach put in my tits, and maybe like a brow lift or something. I don't know. Maybe. But I would never do anything that's like injecting chemicals into your body. I don't like that.
Although my Botox looks great. Nary a wrinkle.
Your forehead is ribbed for my pleasure. I'm going to slide up and down it later.
I have a washboard forehead.
Yes, he does. Anyway,
It's like a man.
I was talking about something and you got me all distracted.
Oh,
from the
great.
shiny
Now
object.
now I'm the distraction.
I'm not saying you're the distraction. I'm just saying I don't remember what I was talking about.
Talking about my forehead.
Before the plastic surgery, I don't necessarily find it.
You're talking about meds and how everybody was on Skyrizi or whatever.
I'm just saying that do what you have to do to make yourself feel pretty or better or whatever.
But you don't have to do it for us.
But
We'll take your warts and all.
We love you the way you are.
Maybe not warts,
But my
the warts
point
are
is
gross.
that if you're doing something like, let's put your health before your cosmetic appearance, and also think about the kind of message we're sending to our kids. Like, for me, and it's funny too because my friend told me I looked so young today, and I'm like, I'm not worried about looking young. I'm only 46. Maybe I will eventually get worried about looking young, but I don't like that I don't look like myself anymore. So when I look in the mirror, I no longer see Stacy, and that's been a hard thing for me. But I'll get over it. We were listening so we listen to music pretty much constantly. We have the Google Home speakers everywhere. Although our new friend.
Oh yes, we'll be listening.
He's going to be launching a speaker. His company's launching a speaker soon, Uriel, and as soon as that comes out, we will be telling you all about it. So anyway, we're listening to music, and we're listening to "Good Day" by Nappy Roots today, which is
fantastic
an awesome song. If you don't know it, it's gone viral on TikTok. Can you sing it? Because my singing is terrible.
Gonna be a good day, and all my troubles gonna ride away, and ain't nobody gonna die today. And I'm not living for another day.
It's not making it sound very good, but it's a great song.
A good day.
So anyway, it comes on today, and at the end, it's like this super uplifting song. It's the song I use on my alarm in my phone to wake me up in the morning, and I just like turn the alarm on, and they would know. I use this song because it's so uplifting. But the end of the song, if you ever listen to the whole song, the guy's trying to start his car and it won't start, and he's trying to go to work. I'm like, this is depressing.
It's not a good
needs
day.
to edit off the end of that song because it's just a reminder. Yeah.
And then we were playing a lot of songs, and of course I hate most everything, and because I'm a music snob, and I can't remember like stuff was coming up, and I'm like, all right, that song's terrible.
I took fucking notes on it.
Good. You did.
All
right, good.
But listen, if you were organized and took notes like I do, what's on your piece of paper? A dick in my lips. That's what he's got. A dick in my lips. That's
and I also
notes.
took a note for something to do for potential show content for another show.
Great. We listened to "Hey Soul Sister" by Train. You know, hey, you saying? I can't sing.
Hey Soul Sister, hey, gonna Mister on the radio.
You're getting the lyrics all wrong. Hey,
they know the
soul
song.
Sister,
You'd have to live in a cave.
Mister on the radio, stereo, the way you move. You know, I can't sing. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway,
They know the song.
One of the lines in the song is the hair on my untrimmed chest.
So I was sitting there. I'm trying to figure out if I hate this song or if I like this song because it's just a run-on alphabet word soup. I don't know. In a weird way, I like it. It's an earworm, but at the same other time, it's just not so fancy. But I don't know. As the world goes, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
You're fine with
but
what?
I was not fine with one of the other songs, and I forget what it was.
I'm getting there, but I'm just saying that's an obscure lyric. And one of my favorite song lyrics is "Let her drink a yoo-hoo, stuck it in her poo-poo." I'm just saying that perhaps That's an odd song lyric. Hey, soul sister, my untrimmed chest. Also, we're listening to the Bare Naked Ladies. If I Had $1,000,000, and Doug fucking hates that song. He fucking hates it.
Well, I kind of don't like that band in general, because they're all like trying to be funny.
Snob.
I don't know.
So I put music on.
Oh my god, that song
like any
is torture.
Music I know the words to that I can sing along to, and this one is over there pouting in the corner half the time because he hates everything.
It's like
he hates everything. Music.
You know how that face people make when they have a headache and they're just trying to get they're just trying to live, and try to survive until the Advil kicks in. That was my face during
pretty much
if
forever.
I had $1,000,000.
And so then he goes on a fucking. Why
don't you read those lyrics?
Then he goes on a tirade. I love those lyrics.
Francis Scott.
My kids used to call it the family song when they were little, and it has a special spot for me because they would call it the family song, and it would always make me cry because we would sing it in the car, and they knew all the words. And
What, the $1,000,000?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have that experience. My children enjoy good music.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to ask Nolan what music he's listening to right now. I think you're not going to like it. Not the
Probably
boys.
BB Rexa of some sort. I don't
even know what the kids are listening to these days. We're fucking old.
Or Doja Cat.
She looks like a cat. Is that one of those?
I think so. I think it's like the Always Sunny. I don't know.
I don't know. Doja Cat to us. Is it a she? Is it a he? Is it an it? What's the pronoun?
We need
Tracy
Tracy here because she would have commented.
She's always Googling shit for us.
20 seconds.
Yeah, she's like.
But that's all right. She'll get back to us.
How dare she have a job?
I don't know.
She's actually filling in for somebody who's on maternity leave.
How dare they? How dare they?
I don't even know. I wanted to go on a mini tirade about Facebook groups.
Okay.
Do you guys, obviously you like this page and we appreciate that. Do you belong to any Facebook groups? I bet you do. Are there ever conversations that make you think what the fuck is wrong with people? Because I have those all the time. It's actually funny because a friend of mine runs a group. It's for cannabis users, and there's some sort of discussion ensued about COVID. And of course, you should definitely
consult your local
and or official health people, and definitely look for natural health options. Anyway, not the point. Why is that car whistling?
Oh, that's actually Marty McFly trying to get up to 88 miles an hour
in a
on
minivan?
that street. Yeah, Then they couldn't afford the DeLorean.
What was he talking about?
What were you talking about? Facebook groups and how
Facebook groups.
Your friend.
So one of my friends. So there was a conversation about COVID, and he didn't agree with something somebody said, and he cut and pasted and put it on his page, and it just wasn't cool. And then I try to keep myself in a bubble as much as possible and try to surround myself with people who are like-minded. And when I say like-minded, I don't mean that they think the same way I do in terms of they have the same values, same rules, same upbringing. No, that's not even something I'm even remotely interested in. I try to have people who are trying to be their best in my life. People who are trying to do better, trying to have a positive impact on the world, good people. And so I don't often encounter a tremendous amount of idiots unless I go on the internet. And there they all are. And so I'm in a keto group, and this one chick she's like, it's a keto group, so you're not supposed to have sugar. And although I don't really understand keto, I'm just looking for healthy recipes. And I should ask Jen down the street. She knows keto. I haven't talked to her at all, too. I should message her. Anyway, she's like, so what can I use to sweeten my strawberries? Sweeten your strawberries?
How about more strawberries?
Why don't you just call it a day, do a bunch of heroin?
Put heroin on the strawberries. No, don't do that. No, we're just kidding.
Oh my god, we're going to get another flag.
We're going to get flagged for that.
This is a good look.
Oh, it's a look.
You're a look. So anyway, there was that, and then I'm in a maximalist group, which is people decorating their houses and with lots of decor, interesting things, bright colors, whatever. And the thing that's so funny is for me, I'm oh, this is what it's called, what I want my house to look like. It has a name, and so I joined the group. And what I have learned is that for a lot of people, this is a trend. It's like the dreadlocks. For a lot of people, it's a trend. And they're like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to do this so people will think I'm cool. I don't do that. I do what I like. I do what serves a purpose in my life. I don't do things to impress other people. And when people do things to impress other people or worry about what other people think, I get like angry. Like, not like I'm mad at you, but like I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with this fucking world? Actually, I was having this conversation with my sister-in-law, Patty. She was frustrated with something. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, what do you give a fuck what anyone thinks? What the fuck do you give what anyone thinks? And she was like, no, you're right. And so, I don't know. I like to think that we had a good chat. We always motivate each other. And it's nice to have a sister-in-law that that's a good friend.
Well, it's funny. I think everybody should have like, a short, like your inner circle, maybe 5 people that you respect. You want those people to, you don't want to do, because there's certain things that, my friends especially, like, you don't do this, you don't do that, don't be a jerk, don't be a, whatever. And so there's like a certain way that, like there's a certain behavior that we expect from each other and all that. So it's like those people, I care what they think, right? But I'm not gonna buy some crazy car or something.
Hang on, the people that are close to me, the people that are close, like the only people that I'm willing to be friends with, and the people that are close to me are the people that are gonna call me out on my shit. For example, Christina called me out today. She's like, "Hey, you're fucking great. Shut up." And she's right. She's right. Yeah. She does that like on a regular basis. Like, love her for that. My friend Zach does that for me too on a regular basis. Love that. But I want people in my life that are going to challenge me and push me to be my best. I wish you would do it more.
I almost just pushed you in the pool because that would have been really funny. But that's marital. Okay. That's real marital hate.
So that's not the point. The point is that I want people to do what makes them happy, and I am surrounded by people who encourage me to do what makes me happy and encourage me to do what makes me my best. And these fuckers encourage me not to blow my brains out, which is really upsetting. But that's beside the point.
We do.
You guys are so selfish.
But think about the things you would have missed if you had done that.
I wouldn't have missed it. I would be watching you. I would be sending dick signals, like a bat signal, but a dick signal. Anyway, not my point.
What is your point?
My point is that on this Facebook, groups, in this Facebook group, this maximalist group, everybody wants the same fucking gold rip mirror. Everybody is painting their house the same green. They're all painting everything black, and they're all asking each other for, like, I can understand asking someone like, hey, like, I'm looking for wallpaper to put here. Do you have any ideas? Or I'd like to put a pattern. What do you think would go? Like, that I can understand. Just straight up asking people, like, I don't know what to do with this room. Like, well, then how are you expressing yourself? Like, what's the fucking point? They're all going to tell you to paint it black and then that emerald green color. And I don't know, like, and it was actually really funny because one of the groups I actually left because, like, if you posted, so if you you could have like a satanic room, and that's a thing in there, by the way. And if you want to have a satanic room in your house, knock yourself out. It's not my vibe. It's not my thing. It, like, literally satanic, not like not goth, not pagan. Satanic.
Not like a spirit Halloween.
And I'm like, it's not my bag. But if you posted something Christian in the same group, they wouldn't let it go.
Oh yeah.
I actually had posted talking about Huddy because my pal Huddy. Oh my God. So I haven't seen Huddy's new house, but my friend Huddy is a retired cop, and he's the fucking best. You would love him. Like, seriously, every single one of you would love him. And while I understand why some people have had issues with things that some police officers have done, this man is what you want a cop to be. Like, he's just the fucking best. He's such a nice person. He's so sweet. And it was funny because we went to his retirement party, and his dad told Doug the story about Huddy laying on the ground and holding this woman's hand while they pulled her out of the car, like Jaws of Lifestyle, and just there he is laying on the ground.
I like that party because they had donuts because they thought that was funny.
That was funny. And then the cop showed up, and I was like, "Oh, the entertainment's here." It was a guy that was on duty.
So I went up to the cop and said, "Oh, I guess we know who won best costume." Because it was like, was it Halloween or was it near there? It was around there.
Maybe.
Wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know if it was or not, but anyways,
it was a good time. The guy was really nice. Everybody was so nice, but that's not the point. The point is, so I haven't seen Huddy's new house yet, but at the time he had this house, like, every room was painted a different color, and every inch of the house is like
decorated with personal photos,
like from his adventures and souvenirs from everywhere he went. He has like a NASCAR bathroom. Did you notice the bathroom was like a NASCAR bathroom?
I don't remember that,
so
but
anyway,
yeah, I could.
He's traveled extensively. He's ridden his motorcycle. He has this amazing family, like nicest people you will ever fucking meet in your life. And like, oh my God, I love his parents. And of course, all of our friends were there, which was awesome. Like my aunt, of course, and my aunt Cheryl and her boyfriend Sammy, and oh god, what's the kid? Daniel? Danny was there.
Yeah, he just got in an accident.
John was there. No, he didn't.
He's on the mend. Yeah, he got pretty messed up. But
prayers for Danny. Actually, you mentioned that before.
Yep.
And then of course our friend Val, who is she's dealing with some health stuff, and if y'all could pray for Val and Danny, we really appreciate it. So everybody was there, and we get to meet Emily for the first time. So anyway, I was so excited. So I had painted Huddy an American flag. I'm new painting. I worked so hard on it, and I like cried my eyes out the whole time. I'm like, it's gotta be perfect. And I like even now I'm gonna tear up about it.
that was,
like,
a nice gesture.
Anyway, well, like if somebody painted a painting for me like that, that would mean so much to me.
Fantastic.
So, of course, I'm also a big fat fucking what do you call it? A sap.
I thought you were going to say something else. I'm like, ooh.
No, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, so I posted it in the group, like a picture of him with like all of his accommodations and stuff, and they wouldn't let it go in the group. They like pulled it. They were like, no. Pulled. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, because he's a cop. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? When you're pulled out of a fiery crash, he's on the first on the scene, you might feel a little differently. Fuck you, bitch. Okay, that's all.
Geez, I'm thinking about the groups that I belong to, and
well, mine, but a lot of the groups I'm in have women in them.
Yeah, well, the Beatles memorabilia collector group, or the alligator snapping turtle group, or the...
Well, I also, I host groups, so I have RX for Laughter, which you're welcome to join. It's nothing but jokes, and Zen AF, which is Zen as fuck, and it's all, like, inspirational kind of stuff, but, at the same time, like, I burn candles, and sometimes I say fuck. Like, you can be both.
And sometimes she befriends police officers.
I know. How evil of me. So it's not the point. The point is that we in my groups I don't have any problems, but when other people run groups, particularly the town groups, things can get long.
Well, yeah, I don't know. People. Well, everybody's got an opinion,
and
they
opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink except mine. So you should listen to it. No?
I don't know why you're so special. Making me look like stinky butt over here.
Well, you do have poop on the front of your pants. I don't know.
I'm a clean gentleman.
Really?
For the most part, yeah.
That's my problem. I need a dirty man.
Bad.
You have no idea.
Boy. Huh? What?
That sounded like creepy.
I'm bad boy, Doug.
Okay, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, this is not good. I'm hillbilly, Doug. I'm bad.
Oh my God,
boy.
Step Pappy.
Oh, yeah, we can't even talk about that. Step Pappy. No, we can't talk about Step Pappy. Step Pappy was retired for good reason. Even for me, it crossed many, many lines.
Sometimes you say something and you don't. I don't know if you know this, but when you're somebody like me who's constantly, I understand. I talk constantly. We all know that. Sometimes you're going to say something and not realize how it's going to hit somebody else. And that happened with Step Pappy. Wow. So we had to retire Step Pappy.
Because at the time, I was a Step Pappy to the girls. And
he was just being like I
just made up a character.
Weird stepdad and a child that we know had a weird experience with a weird stepdad. And so we had to stop it anyway.
That was not good.
So we don't want to end on that note.
I can't believe, I was trying to not talk about it.
But you did, and then you told so much that it was like, well, now we have to tell the whole fucking...
Anyways.
That happens on a semi-daily basis.
And I think this is the thing, like, because I'll make... Well, when things are funny, right? Comedians will tell you that you find the absurd in everyday life, right? So, like, sometimes you'll go to the complete absurd thing, and it's like, actually happens now.
Oh my God, like, I make fun of myself more than I make fun of anything else, but it's bad because I make fun of myself in like a separate self-deprecating humor kind of way, and that's negative self-talk, I guess. And then also like my friends are all like worried about me. They're like calling me up. They're like, "Are you gonna kill yourself?"
Yeah, so it's so hard, and especially.
But keep an eye on me around Mother's Day because that's not gonna be good.
Yeah, if everybody could.
Oh, the fucking videos on YouTube. Actually, Zach today watched a couple on TikTok, and he's like, I want to punch these bitches in the fucking face. Well, like, they have no idea what other people's situation.
There are two sides to every story, and there's all kinds of water that goes under that bridge, and the bridge is only so strong.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but okay.
I'm just trying to say.
Um,
I'm just trying to say things while you look at your notes and
Well,
come
I'm
up
just
with the
looking
next
to
thing.
see what.
It's
No,
9:30, so
no, I know. I just wanted to land on a positive. I didn't
Oh,
want
positive.
To
Positive is that we played cribbage again yesterday. I don't
we
think we
play
talked
today?
about it. We didn't play today, but we played yesterday, and I won.
be like. Okay.
Just saying.
Um, if you have not seen him yet, I highly recommend comedian Matt Rife. Oh my god.
Yeah, I kept seeing this
He's
guy. I'm like,
hilarious.
who is this guy?
He's got this
very
like
funny.
he's gorgeous. He's got this like chiseled
He's no
jaw.
Doug Gear.
No, he's not Doug Gear. First of all, I'm not attracted to young guys. Like when I look at him and Theo Vaughn and
He's
other,
a kid. Yeah, they're
I
kids.
wanted like
when
make him
I
a
look at
snack
Nick
and give him a
Griffin.
hug,
Nick,
like,
no offense, but you're just a kid
but
to me.
Nick's
I'm not
anymore.
attracted.
He's like a grown ass man now.
Yeah, well, all I know is 10 years ago, Mick. That's all I know.
10 years ago, he was like 32.
32-year-old Mick. Get out of here. I got underwear older than that.
You do not have underwear older than
Oh,
that
no.
because I take your underwear, throw it out, and buy you
You
new
do.
underwear.
You do.
He likes the lucky boxer briefs. He's a medium.
Some medium. Yeah, that's me.
Well, I don't know. Maybe somebody wants to send you some underwear.
No, I don't. Don't want
Billy
underwear.
would send
Mick,
you underwear.
Please.
Not from Mick. Billy, pick up some pick up my friend
Oh, no,
Billy's gift.
I don't want.
Pick out some
I don't want.
underwear.
I don't want Billy's underwear from Peru because it
Billy,
might.
oh my God, send us your underwear.
Actually, I do.
Would you wear-
It would be fantastic.
You want Billy to send you his underwear?
I don't want his underwear, but like if he wanted to go and pick out a nice pair for me.
Why can't it be
would
Billy's
you-
underwear?
Because that's a little. I don't want any other man's
What
underwear.
time is it in Peru right now?
It's the same time.
I don't know what time. It's the same time in Peru. I don't know. It's a different country. What time is it in Peru?
I'm pretty sure that
It's 8:30
yeah.
p.m.
Okay, so it's in
It's
in
an
Central
hour
time.
earlier. It's not the same
Central
time. It's an hour earlier.
Close enough. It's not like it's in Europe.
Okay, the point is, the point is, Doug needs underwear. No, Doug
No, I
doesn't
don't
need
need
underwear.
underwear.
We do.
Oh,
Like,
go ahead.
we do like the we do like the Peru. We do like people sending us stuff. It's funny because people tried to give us money at the beginning. We're like,
Yeah, I
no,
don't
we don't
want-
want your money.
Send us something funny.
Just because our friends like thought we were like because we're poor, and they're like, "Do you need money? We want you to send us things, but you can send us money, I guess. Send us stacks of cash.
No.
Stacks of stack.
No.
No, but the best thing was the fucking lemon pound cake. If Billy sent us some underwear, that would be nice.
You wouldn't even need it.
I know that I've been bitching that I need makeup, but you know what I did today? I did something for myself. I bought myself a little Mother's Day present. I had not bought mascara in a year and a half. I bought myself mascara.
Wow.
And a couple other things. Because I needed
Well,
it.
and
I
we
had
talked
20%.
about that, how we don't buy clothes, and we haven't bought clothes really since we've been down here, and it's been a year and a half. And
Yeah,
I think a lot of people will just.
Okay, hang on.
Uh-oh. I don't think you're going to be showing some cheek
What is that?
as a whole.
It's a hole.
The hole in your dress.
I have like 4 dresses. They all have holes.
We
in them.
must have moths.
As you've seen. You
Moths.
see what I wear every day. Same
Moths.
fucking thing. So frustrating.
Moth problem.
So anyway,
Expired.
I bought myself.
Oh, that was the other thing we forgot to talk about yesterday.
What's that?
It was the cream cheese or the sour
Oh
cream.
fuck! Sour cream expires. Do you have the bottle for it?
No, it was from April
April
16th or
16th?
something like that. Yeah.
Oh my god!
And I didn't even think about it.
Then I
I
had
just-
my yogurt. He makes me homemade yogurt from scratch.
which is fantastic.
and I was afraid to eat it
because it was
I
another
have
white dairy substance.
the.
No, so
Oh, actually, I saw a TikTok about mayonnaise today, on our Cinco de Mayo
see,
topic.
there you go. I
Oh,
told you we
God,
should
what
have
is
done
fucking wrong with me? Anyway, apparently, like, it's very common, and this is true. Nolan doesn't like it. Just Wes
mayonnaise?
eat white stuff.
it. Yeah,
Nolan doesn't like white things.
this is perfectly
He's
normal.
racist. No, Wes is
Unlike
normal.
Nolan,
No, Nolan's
not
a
so
picky.
much.
Wes is not a picky eater.
I don't know
Nolan
anybody
is.
else puts mustard on fish.
Nolan puts mustard.
Oh,
on,
actually, they kind of put mustard on
everything.
salmon sometimes. Sure.
but they said when you're a kid, that you think mayonnaise is gross until one day you forget to say no mayonnaise on your sandwich and you have it and you're like, oh, this is so.
Oh, I
good.
can understand people that don't like mayonnaise. I totally get it because it could be kind of creepy. Although Nolan, he is good at telling you what stuff tastes like. He says that seltzer tastes like TV static, which is fantastic.
That's like a unique talent.
And I think it came from Nolan that he said that coconut water is like drinking water that was in someone else's mouth. Unbelievable.
I don't like coconut water. I do like aloe vera
I like- I-
water,
I do
though,
like the
or
coconut
aloe vera
water.
juice.
Yeah, I love anything coconut.
I wish we had I wish we owned our own house. I wish we had a bigger kitchen
I'd
because
have
I would
a
want.
coconut tree.
I would want a. Well, we definitely have a coconut tree, but I would want a. My friend Christina just got the milk maker machine.
The milk maker.
So you basically put your nuts in it.
On that note, let's do our gratitude because
Wait, hang on a second.
apparently my wife's getting a milk maker and I can put my nuts in it. That's going to be awesome.
Brent puts his nuts
What my wife just said was, do you think Brent puts his nuts in their milk maker?
I have to apologize. She's already asleep, so it's okay.
Don't tell her. Tell her it was a really bad episode that that she doesn't want to see.
Christina, do I need to take this down? Do I need to take this down? She
was a milk
You
maker.
can put oat in it or rice, like whatever kind of milk you want to make. It's a nut maker. It's a milk maker. It's
Nut
a
milk maker. Nut milk maker.
It's a
Nut milk maker.
So she has a milk maker. I would like a milk maker, a soda stream.
Oh my god.
And then I would like to have, like right now, in my perfect world, we would have like a regular, like little small kitchen with like the stove, the sink, whatever. And a massive walk-in pantry where all the appliances are out. So if you want to use it, you just go and you use it. I don't know what thing you go like that with, but...
Those are CPR paddles or whatever those things
No,
are.
I was pushing forward. Like I was putting paper in the paper
Oh, okay,
like in the
alright,
printer.
okay, yeah.
In any case,
Defibrillator. That's.
I wasn't
not CPR
but I wasn't doing defibrillator. I was doing like
Oh, you were like feeding like something into
I
a
was
fax
thinking like
machine.
a juicer. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't keep a fax machine in my pantry. I don't have a pantry, but I would like to have one. And I would like to have like
You would love to have
to be able to make
fax machine.
Like because every time you want a juice, you have to pull the
Pull
juicer
it
out.
out.
Every
Yeah.
like if you wanted to make nut butter, you would have to pull it out. If you wanted to make milk, you can make nut milk with the. You can make milk, nut milk. Anyway, I would just like to have a little bit more pantry space. And then I'd like to be able to go in there and have all of your stuff like visual and available. And then just a few things in the kitchen. I would also like to have a walk-in freezer where we could put a cow.
I would like a dispenser that would dispense poutine. I would like that. Like you go over and there's like like instead of ice coming out of the fridge, it's like French fries. And then you go over here, cheese curds. Go over here, gravy.
First of all,
Done.
it goes gravy, then cheese curds. Incidentally, if you're in Scituate, for breakfast tomorrow, we love the duck confit poutine at the Galley. I don't know if they still have it, but if they do,
It's not a duck
we'll have it.
confit. It's actually a duck egg. Oh, that might be actually duck confit
duck
in there now that I
confit,
think
yeah.
of it, yeah. But it is also a duck egg. So they're using all like the dead duck
It's all the parts
and the
of the
unborn duck. They're putting it all in there. It's very good.
We love ducks. Quack, quack.
We should get some ducks for our little pool
For our
area.
pool, they'll shit in the pool. I'm good. I have to worry about Zach shitting in the pool as it is. Shit in the lake once. That's right, ladies
Just
and
the
gentlemen.
once. Well, we
Shit
talked
in the
about that
lake.
last night, I think. Was it
We
last night or
did, but
2
I'd
nights
like to
ago?
remind people that I made my friend shit in the lake.
I've never shit in a lake. I don't know what I'm
I
missing.
have a hard time shitting, but I have come to the conclusion that there are 2 people in this world, actually 3. There are 3 people in this world that make me shit. Zach, Wim Hof, and my friend Lynn. Whenever I hear these people, I feel the sudden super colon
Well,
blow.
I'm glad that those people you don't see them on an hourly basis.
I wish I
because that
saw
would
them
be-
at
it
least.
was just like
Oh my God! What I would give to see these people 3 times a day, so I can shit 3 times a day. I once read a book that I highly recommend. It's I believe in the other room, and it's called
shitting 3 times a day.
No,
by
it's
Dr.
called
Seuss.
Clearing Your Clutter with Feng Shui. And one of the things they talk about in the book is how Americans, like most of us shit once a day if we're lucky, and like a healthy digestive system, particularly like if you talk about like Indian culture, is 15 minutes after a meal. It might also be because they don't have like traditional toilets. They have to do the squatty down thing.
Oh.
My friend had to teach his ex-wife how to shit on a toilet. Yeah, he's like, I taught her how to shit on a toilet.
That was one of my things I put on my dating profile when I was single. I'm like, must know how to shit because I don't want any part
And
of
then
that.
how did you end up with me? I can never shit.
Well, you're the opposite.
Because just because those people call me doesn't mean I'm actually going to shit. It means I'm going to go to the bathroom. But today I did shit. I pooped today. Yay. Oh my God, look at that.
That's fantastic.
I should get an American flag.
American flag?
Thank
No.
God. I used to be so hot.
Still on.
I'm hot in a different way now. I mean, and like hot in like a big titty bitch kind of way.
Well, it's funny. This camera actually makes your it makes it like distorts them, so it looks like they're like size of like that. Yeah, that's crazy.
What? Because they're out?
No, it's just it distorts because it's at the edge of the screen, and it kind of bows out, which is very strange. And I'm looking at them on there, and I'm like, they don't look.
Y'all could have seen anything you wanted today because I got aggravated by my tank top and swam around the pool naked for 25 minutes. I swam like a good girl.
She did some laps. I wasn't out here though. I was busy
So
doing
yeah,
music.
it's 9:40. We should do some fucking gratitude and let these people get on with
That was
their
gratitude that you have.
We are
to
thinking
swim
about
in.
we are thinking about doing Jackbox tomorrow if anybody wants to.
Oh,
do
we
it.
might go to that thing, right?
Yeah, but that's at 4.
Yeah, we're not coming home and running a jackbox.
Apparently, we're not doing Jackbox.
We gotta work up to that.
Grouchy McGroucherson.
No, we have to test it out.
That
We gotta
might be
do
a
all
fun
this
thing
stuff.
to do on Mother's Day, actually.
Oh.
That might be a good way to do that because people need a distraction. It'll be a good one. It'll be a good distraction for me. Okay, not the point. The point is, what are we grateful for?
I said having a pool for you to get some exercise in.
Oh, we did not hear that.
And yeah,
I
jumped the gun.
I am grateful for all of the people who have been so supportive, and that's like all along the way. The people who have sent encouraging messages, and especially our new friend Uriel, Mick, I think Cindy, Jeff, Kathy, of course, all the usual suspects that are here tonight. And I know Tracy's not here. Todd, I'm
Cheryl,
forgetting people.
last night.
Cheryl,
Yeah.
oh, Cheryl Skinner, I love her. So many people that have been supportive of us. That just means so much to me.
Yeah, oh,
But like,
absolutely,
it's when somebody sends me a message. Like, I want to like make a little slideshow of all like the nice remarks, and then like I don't know, become a millionaire and give them all money.
You know what? I decided like maybe I do this for my work thing or post it on LinkedIn, but I think we can do it. We say like, this is the most entertaining podcast on the planet. ChatGPT, like you know how like they do reviews like Rex Reed or whoever.
Oh, fake
like,
ones?
Yeah, we do a fake one and like it just says ChatGPT.
Well, you should start doing those.
Yeah.
But we could also use the quotes to promote. That would be good.
Yeah.
So anyway, something to think about. What else are you thankful for?
I am thankful that dinner actually I didn't destroy chicken. That would cost money.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I am thankful that I have I thought of something that I was thankful for, and I was like, oh, I better not say that. I am thankful that I am getting some mascara.
Oh, I am thankful that you are taking care of yourself.
I'm thankful that you are taking better care of yourself.
Oh, that's very nice.
You still have a long way to go.
I do. I am thankful to be alive because, yeah, you never know.
I'm thankful you're alive too because
I made chicken. That's why I'm thankful I'm
would
alive.
be lonely if you were not alive. I am thankful for. Oh, Kevin's here too. I totally forgot about Kevin. How did I
Kevin's the
forget
best.
Kevin?
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I'm thankful. Here's one. I'm thankful for all of my sober friends, unlike the fucking flamingos.
Oh yeah,
The tying one
yeah.
on. P.S. I'm roasting. I'm dying to jump in the pool.
Oh, go ahead.
I might.
What was I going to say? Yeah, Yeah, it's funny. You're thankful for so many things across the day, and it's hard to.
I usually jot them down, but I forgot to today.
Yeah.
You got to have something.
Yeah.
Did you talk to anybody today?
Um.
I'm always thankful when I get to talk to my friends.
Well, I did. I talked to him. Well, I texted my friend Chris, who was lost his dad. His funeral was today.
Say a prayer for Chris Cantwell if you can.
And it's just never good. And it's one of your best friends. So, it was good that because I hadn't talked to him and I couldn't go because I live here and it's up in Massachusetts. But it was good that our other friends went and stuff like that. So it was good to talk to him because I hadn't talked to him like a week and a half or so.
Our pal George went.
Our pal George went.
George is the best.
George will. George is a caring person and has class to in those environments like when you need it.
George is the fucking best. George is always so supportive, and George actually pulled me aside when we were moving to Florida, and he was like, "You need to take good care of him,"
because he knows then I'll
Well, he'll get the
gravitate.
Greek
I'll
mafia
gravitate
after
towards the worst
He'll
ilk.
get the Greek
and-
mafia after me if I don't follow along.
No, he knows I'll come to Florida and become Florida man. I'll be running down the street in a tank
Florida
top.
man if you tried. Actually, it's really funny. I was listening to a Bert Kreischer thing today where he was talking about how they were like, "Are you Florida man?" He's like, "Well," he's like, "everywhere else I go, I take my shirt off, and people are like, why are you taking your shirt off?" He's like, "I'm in Florida, I take my shirt off, and
Nobody cares.
nobody cares because half of them have their shirts off." I'm the female Bert Kreischer. I'll take my fucking shirt off. I don't give a shit.
No.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying at all. Surprised you haven't
Shit.
done it so far.
I did pull my dress up today,
Yeah, you
and I
did.
hissed at you with my vagina.
Did you?
Well, I went like this. I said, "Look at my vagina and tell me if it looks like day old
Oh,
belly."
that's right. I didn't hear it hiss though.
Oh, it didn't hiss. I hissed with my face actually, but there'll be vagina hissing later. It's how we spend a Friday night.
That's fantastic. Well,
Okay, so
Need
anyway,
to put my nuts in the milk machine.
we don't have a milk machine. They're $300 and we don't have room. No
Can't
milk
catch a break.
machine.
Young kid can't catch a
And
break.
you don't have any macaroons, so you're shit out of luck. So, boys and girls, we appreciate you so much.
Thank you for
You're, like,
spending your
pretty much
Friday
our
night.
favorite thing ever. And
Almost 2 hours
we love
of it.
that you like, share, comment. Our Insta is at Marital Hate with Doug and Stacy. Our TikTok and our Twitter are both at Marital Hate. Also Marital Hate on YouTube, and here we are here. We also have TikTok, but we only have like our intro video on there. So anyway, please keep doing that. And we're gonna circle back with all the comments now because we love you guys. Okay, Todd's here. We love Todd. We love him. And his coins
Todd's the
came,
best.
and so that's good because he was pretty fucking pissed off at FedEx, and I understand why. They held his coins hostage.
God damn it.
Bullshit. So Annie was the person
here.
from the Stitcher group,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she had to go deal with her family, and she also has no self-direction. So Annie and I will not be going on a road trip together. Her husband's accents
Yep,
move
yep.
along with the music, which is
No,
really interesting.
I'm right there with him.
The flamingos were a hot topic of conversation tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Both Anne and Kevin are concerned about the drunk flamingos. It was a theme for Cinco de Mayo because they're quite a bit of drunkenness as a rule. Incidentally, our neighbors behind us are. Is it like is Cinco de Mayo an American holiday or is it like a real holiday?
I don't know. A real holiday? You mean
No,
like a
like-
Mexican holiday?
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be a Hallmark
know.
thing. We don't know. Forgive us for not knowing things.
Our friend Kevin is volunteering as an usher one night of Queen at the Memorial Hall in Plymouth. The last time I was there
Volunteering.
is when Bobby Mack, my friend Bobby Mack, was playing the drums, and it's a nice little theater. And I think it's great that you're down there helping out. Yeah. No, Jeff, you can't please them all. But if we do get to go to dinner tomorrow night, I will fill your ear with
Yeah.
that because I have an opinion. I just found out about this on the podcast, and I'm keeping my mouth shut about it. My head's about to fucking explode. I'm going to kill someone. I'm not really going to kill someone. This is a joke. It's humor.
Yes, it's humor. It's just a figure of speech.
Contact your local
whatever.
government
Your
authority. Do
non-murdering
whatever the fuck
people.
they say.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, some lady makes them. I don't know. She's crazy.
I believe it's called Queen Anne's
It might be.
Macaroons or Bakery or something.
But
and
it's
they're
at
in
Brimfield.
Newton, Mass or something. I tried looking it up. I couldn't find it, but I'll look.
I used
I'll
to
look
have her
some more.
card, and I don't have it
Yeah.
anymore. Citra Monthly kicked her off with zero notice. I had a different political view, and I wasn't rude or anything. They suck and are so fucking ignorant to the truth.
Wow.
It's funny. I tried so hard to help with that group, and I was like, how about we just don't allow people to be fucking awful to one
Yeah.
another? Because you can have different opinions and voice them in a respectful and effective way without being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And personally attacking people. I personally got doxxed off of that group. So
I don't know what
people took-
doxed means because I'm old.
Dox means that you willfully give someone's personal information away and tell people to do bad things. to
Oh,
them.
that's right. I do remember that
So
when that happened.
people were like,
Don't dox me.
taking screenshots of things I said and basically like talking shit about me.
And then
on
they'll go
another
to your
page.
profile, right, and say, "Oh, well, you drive a Jeep and meh, whatever." I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's
it's
actually
like,
really
you know.
funny because the timeline photo for me, it actually says "Welcome to my timeline stalker" because every time I would go on a public page and make a comment, somebody would like scroll 50 years back on my Facebook page to find something that they found to be offensive or something and say something, or like they were like, "Well, you live in blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yeah, I live there now." Like, people move. Like, Somebody was arguing with me about that I didn't know what it was like to live in the city, and I'm like, I'm from fucking Fall River. Like, are you kidding me? Or Fall River?
Fall River.
So anyway, people have stopped doing that since I put that on my timeline. So if you want to steal my timeline photo, it says "Welcome to my timeline, stalker." But anyway, in that group, oh my god, if I went on the Facebook pages for these towns, with the exception of Bridgeton,
Bridgeton's
Maine,
good. Like they'll help
Facebook
each
page on
other.
the planet.
In Maine, that's because it's in Maine.
the people are so nice, and of course the administrators don't allow people to be shitty to one another, and I think we all need to do that. So I think what happens is that, especially with Situate Monthly, the person who runs the group, their politics are definitely front and center. I tried to talk to him about it, and it seems to have gotten worse and worse and worse and worse since I left. I went on there today. There was a post promoting someone for a political office. That person aligned with his politics. I don't know that the person who has different politics has posted in the group, but this person posted, and she posted her resume, and it's like, okay, but where do you stand on the issues? And crickets. And then they're like, here's a link to her page, and they're like, oh, here's the Q&A that you can watch. And I was like, okay. And she's like, well, if you have any questions. And so I just asked on the page, to be blunt, do you believe in blah, 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 blah? And I can't mention one of those things because YouTube. But I did ask about some hot button issues. And I asked about, there's a questionnaire that the middle schoolers at the Gates School take that asks about their sexual preferences, and it's completely inappropriate. School should not be asking these questions of 12-year-olds.
I don't think they should be asking me when I apply for a job either.
No, they shouldn't, and here we are. So my point is that I asked some blunt questions, and I haven't gotten any answers. So
I would say this about...
But that group, what I'm saying, that group is sick. Go ahead.
I would say this about the politics thing. If you disagree, you got to try and find some common ground. I mean, we all know that we're,
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're not having common ground where you silence people.
But that's the thing. Yeah, that is
in that
problem.
group. So in that group, and it's again Facebook group problem. If you say a swear, you're kicked out of the group, and you can say ass, and you're kicked out of the group. But you can be absolutely terrible to people and threaten them, and that's totally acceptable.
I think the word ass was in the Bible, was it not?
It was, but he doesn't care. Brent said something, and I commented, say hi to your hot ass wife for me. And that's what got, I couldn't say ass.
Oh, no kidding.
But people were able to give out my my address and personal information bashing me.
That's no good. That is no good.
Yeah, so I think that I'm glad that I don't know who started it, but there's a group called Not a Member of Situate Monthly, and I think that was great because I don't love that they're so diametrically opposed politically. But I do like that people there are just much nicer. They're just nicer. There was actually recently a cartoon someone did, and they did I tell you about this with the two cars?
I don't know.
So somebody did two cars, and it was a pickup truck and a sedan, and it was a cartoon. So they were both older cars, and they had bumper stickers. One represents the right, and one represents the left. And people were all upset about it. And I'm like, it's just a fucking cartoon. Yes. This is, generally speaking, if I were going to have a car that had bumper stickers on it. I do, but I don't have political stickers on my car because I'm not stupid. I want to get my car keyed. All of my cars, whatever.
You don't have any doors.
I don't have any doors, but I do have stickers. I have two clerks. I have a clerk sticker, a dogma sticker,
and two
muck sticky stickers because we love muck sticky. I have I hate pulling out sticker.
You know how many stickers I have on my car? 0.
Oh,
you
and
know
I
why?
have flash stickers.
Minus Volvo points.
I'm sorry.
Those are decals. Those are transfer
decals. There are 3 stickers on my car that you put on it.
I didn't put it.
The Clash stickers?
Yeah, the Clash. They're decals. That's classy.
The Bigfoot sticker and the Bigfoot.
That was a gift.
Bigfoot hunting permit.
The Bigfoot sticker. There's no sticker.
There's a Bigfoot chasing a little Jeep.
Oh, that was a thing.
Jeep people love stickers, and I have many, and they are expensive. And one day we had bought Jeep stickers, and we went to put them on the Jeep, and they fucking blew out the Jeep. I'm like, Doug, let's put them on now. He's like, no, I need to clean it first. I'm like, let's put them on now. And he's like, no, I need to clean it first. Then they blew out the Jeep. Now they're not on it.
So guess what? You should have listened to me and gone home, cleaned it when they were.
Or we should have listened to me and just put them on then, because we had.
They would have. If I didn't put them on.
You didn't say let's go home, clean the car, and put them on. You said no.
So they need to be cleaned first. It's all dusty.
Well, they're gone.
And now they're gone. So I had to order more.
And I have more, and we never put them on. So anyway, that's my story. And
Although we do have the eject button
I will say this.
thing. That was good.
I will say this. There are people in this world that you can provide information to from a political perspective that they'll take that new information and process it. Like if you have a different viewpoint or whatever. I know for me, like, if somebody's just regurgitating what is all over the fucking news, I have no point. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay, what are you telling me that's unique? Come up with your own original ideas. But like, if you have a unique perspective that I haven't heard, I'm happy to talk to you. If you can have a rational conversation, I'm happy to talk to you. But if you aren't capable of those things, I'm not going to waste my time and energy. I'm not going to get upset that you fucking choose to live with your head in the sand. That's your fucking problem. Like, I just don't get mad about it. Like, I'll just be like, well, that's what they choose. And I accept it. It's like a DBT thing. Like in DBT therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, one of the things that you're supposed to do is radical acceptance. So I always try to accept people where they're at. And, you know, some people you can't have a rational conversation with. Some people are fucking idiots. Some people are fucking assholes. I like to establish that up front and then probably not talk to them. Or, you know, maybe talk to them because they're awesome.
Or maybe not talk to them.
I talk to as many people as I can. And I will find the good in anyone, and I will make a million excuses for people. Am I wrong? Because I try to understand where people come from and why they do the things they do. So like if somebody does something that bothers me or a friend of mine, I'm like, okay, so that's not okay that they did that, and you have to set healthy boundaries and blah blah blah. But you know, they probably did it because of blah blah blah. And it's not about you. Because when people do things, it's not about you, it's about them. It doesn't matter what it is. Like they're shitty to you, they're having a bad day. Or they're insecure, they're going, but well, yeah, they're having a bad day. They're going through something. They're jealous of you. They don't know any better. Like there's a million reasons. It's not about you. It's not about you. You're not that important in their lives. You're just not. And so, I don't know. I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to like, they're all fucking idiots. Like I see somebody who's being an asshole or an idiot. I'm like, oh, they're being an idiot or they're being an asshole. I'm not going to engage with them right now. But you know what? They might just be having a bad day. And so I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm getting better at setting boundaries with people and not letting the crazy into my life, but I still occasionally get myself into trouble. But I think it's good to give people, you know, a chance, because just because they handle something badly doesn't mean they're a bad person. I handle things badly all the fucking time. On a daily?
Not on a daily, but
I definitely think on a daily.
Yeah, I mean, everybody does.
Everybody handles things badly sometimes. So, you know, give the same grace to other people as you would give to yourself. So, I don't know. We're super thankful for you guys. We love you. Don't kill the Situate Monthly people and the idiots of the world. That would be mean. And definitely listen to your local health officials. Do not explore natural health options. Always, always, always listen to your health officials. I have this weird, do I have like Bell's palsy or something? Why do I keep?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably
Anyway.
a bug. It's probably a bug.
Probably a bug.
Flying in your eye.
We love you guys.
Thank you for tuning in.
We have anything else to say?
No, it's been 2 hours.
Bye, we love you.
We're all talked
This
out.
might be our longest one.
See you guys. Have a great weekend.